whether that's over the short term or the long term, subtly or in fantastic ways. What we do know is that there is something changing in our planet, and it is moving from the core all the way out to the surface here and the atmosphere. And we know from the evidence that this has happened before, and we know that the results are pretty devastating, at least here for the living creatures on the planet. And so a lot of those questions are fantastic questions. They come from a really intelligent place. But again, we know more about the surface of Mars than we do about the bottom of the ocean. We know even less about what's going on at the core. We do a lot of guessing as scientists. What we do know is that the evidence we have here today suggests that what's happening today has happened before. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it is absolutely catastrophic to the surface where we live, where the animals live. And we know this cycle before we have to.
Tom in Petaluma, California. Tom, thanks for holding. Go ahead. Well, thank you for taking my call. This is so. I put to the on your Twitter feed for the news tonight. The use the first scientists just published a blog on how to pay for the power grid. What are we doing? And I thought you might have an interest in that. I will do that. I'll look that up. Okay. There's two other things there. One was, earlier I was wondering, how could you tell the difference between natural occurrences here from the sun or the spinning of the sun or the earth, or weather? That's just one question. The other one was on the morality question, the ethics in our country. As you know, where is it that the mayor in East Palestine, Ohio, is having a problem there with vinyl chloride, and it seems like some of the rail levels or levels were reduced, the railroads, some of the powerful levels were reduced for what allowed to be exposed to, and they were upset about that. But there's also I posted in the news because in the posting, the CDC is taking open comments from the public into May about vinyl chloride. And I thought it was important because we tried to do a no news thing today, and I hear so about it in national news media. So I thought that's for. Okay, let's get some thoughts before we're out of time here, Ben. Okay, weather weapons. What do you think of that?
So it's certainly on the government's wish list, that's for sure. This is one of those topics where the truth is found somewhere in between what they would like us to believe on CNN and the more extreme theories that you can find on the internet. The math and the science don't add up to some of the more grandiose claims of what they're able to do on the weather. They're able to tinker with it. But essentially, there's more energy unleashed in one mild thunderstorm than we really have the power to inject if we basically use all of Earth's electricity generation aimed at one storm. And so we can also look into the past and see that what's happening right now is not unprecedented. It's not unexpected given what's happening on the sun and what's happening on the Earth. And so essentially, over time, ants can make an anthill. They can build giant things the ground, but can they move a mountain in a day? The answer is no. And one of the things that is the deception of omission or the deception of misdirection, which we also talked about earlier today, is making us believe that it's anything other than what's actually happening.
Good point. Ben, come back again. Let's not let 4 years go by. Up next, Eric and Gabriel joins us as we talk about messages from the other side. Now, you can get show updates and connect with other Coast fans when you join the Coast to Coast AM Facebook page. Just go to facebook.com/Coast to Coast AM and click the like button. If you've been thinking about selling your home, the real estate market is changing. But before you call an agent, call Sellers Advantage. Sellers Advantage is focused on the seller's needs, They'll make you a competitive cash offer and it's your closing days. No agent, no commission. Getting your home ready to list can be expensive and complicated, and you may not want people coming in and out of your house. Oh, that's true. Seller's Advantage makes the selling process easy so that the sellers walk away happy. They may even offer a $3,000 advance to help with moving expenses. Get a no-obligation offer at 888-302-AS-IS, 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 sellersadvantage.com. For the sellers will buy your home, make it easy, so that you don't have to worry. So happy with Seller's Advantage. Phone number 0196165. Honey, is our car still in the warranty? No, not anymore. My sister just got an extended service plan from Ox Car Care. Ox Car Care? Yeah, Ox will cover our repair bills if anything happens to our car, new brakes, a transmission, AC, or engine problems. Plus, Ox Car Care offers free oil changes, tire rotation, and roadside assistance. Wait a minute, we pay nothing on the repairs? Ox gets a 6-4? Free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance? What's the number? 800-301-4089. Ox has a 30-day money-back guarantee and an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. They handle their claims from start to finish, unlike other warranty companies. We should call now, 800-301-4089. The last thing we need is an unexpected car repair bill. I'm calling Ox Car Care now. Call Ox Car Care for your free quote. 800-301-4089. Ask about senior and military discounts. Ox covers commercial car owners too. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care, 800-301-4089. Portions of the following program will be recorded. I don't know what you're thinking, and I kind of like that. It's been fun. You know what THC is? Los Angeles, Orange County. Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Killers for running states. Coming in Kim in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. A man convicted of killing rapper Nipsey Hussle is expected to get life in prison when he's sentenced today in LA. The jury in July found Eric Holder Jr. guilty of first-degree murder of the 33-year-old. He was also convicted of 2 counts of attempted voluntary manslaughter. Holder was a Grammy-nominated hip-hop star in 2019 outside Hussle's clothing store on Slauson Avenue in the Sunshine District. Hussle and Holder grew up in the same neighborhood. Balloons have been banned in Laguna Beach. The city council passed a rule last night prohibiting the sale, use, and distribution of any type of party balloon in public spaces. It goes into effect next year. Violations can result in fines starting at $100 up to $500. New COVID-19 research shows the disease may make your heart skip a beat. Literally. New research out of the University of Columbia shows COVID-19 can damage the heart on the cellular level. Preliminary research looked at the heart tissue from people who had COVID. It found the virus damaged the way the heart cells regulate calcium, an important mineral for how the heart pumps blood, which can lead to lasting problems, including irregular heartbeats and heart failure. The damage isn't necessarily permanent, but more research is needed. Jennifer Jones-Lee, KFI News. First U.S. returned to William Church over another earthquake has killed at least 8 people and hurt hundreds more. This 6.4 quake took 2 weeks after a massive earthquake killed nearly 45,000 people. Find is looking for a man who says he was lost at sea and survived on nothing but his ketchup packet. The company says it wants to help the man buy a new boat. Sending a message address into the sea of the internet so that people know Elvis Francois. They can DM the company on social media. Find also created the hashtag Find the Ketchup Boat Guy to spread the word. The man had a drift on his boat in the
They need to put a fucking
Southern
thing on
weather
this.
PJFI sunny, windy today with gusts 45 to 65 miles per hour. Reaching a low to mid
Look at my eyes.
40 Metro Area and wind of 40 to 50 in Valley tonight, east 30 to 40 to Antelope Valley. Chance of rain this afternoon and evening, with rain likely Thursday through Saturday, and snow above the 1,500 to 2,000 foot level. We're going to break on Sunday, but have storms rolling in Monday night and Tuesday. It's 49 in Brea, 47 Lake Forest, 50 in Marina Del Rey, 48 in Burbank. We leave local in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Amy King. Now your top reasons to visit Stay Harmony and Brazilian production. Number 2. The channel is open. Try to beat the tower and empty the map. And the number 1 reason. The marketplace is open. It's an elevated all-day casino dining experience. You've got to try it today. The marketplace Okay, Mirando, good time. Really? Hey, all it's being sharp. For emergency backup power, there's only one name you need to know. Defi Power. Since 1965, Southern California has relied on Defi for hospitals and high-rises, data centers, and school districts, every form of business, big or small, even homes and RVs. Whether it's a new generator, an emergency rental, or Defi's legendary repair and maintenance service, Defi Power has you covered. Go to DefiPower.com, DefiPower.com, that's DeFi Power.com. This year is the year to learn a new language with Rosetta Stone. No matter what's inspiring you to learn a language, travel, work, family, or just for fun, the Rosetta Stone app makes it easy to get started and stay motivated to reach your goals. Right now, get a lifetime unlimited subscription with forever access to all 25 Rosetta Stone languages for 40% off. Visit RosettaStone.com today and get 40%. Rosetta Stone, how language is learned. This is hard to admit, but when I was in junior high school, I was bullied so badly I cried. Hello, I'm John Coleman, founder of Rooter Hero Plumbing. I was named O'Donnell after my grandfather, but as a kid, I was accused for having that name. So I changed it to John. John is the English version of O'Donnell. It influenced the honors of my grandfather. My family and heritage are important to me. So staying true to myself and Rooter Hero Plumbing are important. Staying true to Rooter Hero Plumbing means being true to you and delivering world-class service. That's why my cell phone number is on the back of every Rooter Hero Plumbing card. Call us at 866-377 and we'll cable your line for $77. That's 866-377.
You don't see Campbell throwing a lot like that. This man, oh, there's Campbell. Really? Yeah, wow. This PO 108 one of them.
The podcast really know here. Join best friends Jason Alexander and Peter Tilden along with experts, newsmakers, and celebrities in a search for answers to life's most baffling, creepy, and annoying questions. You know, those things that make you go, really? Now, really? So features a 17-year-old in Rhode Island who ran a candidate that was a deeper. Really? Really? That's news to me. That's really no really right there. Really no really. Listen to Really No Really on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. This is Jacob Amani. If you've been in an accident, call 844-146. We are here to spread love, tolerance, what? Just mock everyone's fault. Because it's a critical hole. This is just a random conversation they take among the LA City Councilors all random. This police, this fraud, this day. Live 1 to 4 p.m. on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. KFI, AM 640. KFI, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. KFI, AM 640. KFI, AM 640.
Hey, Mouse. This is like password. So this one I stuck in my
KFI, AM 640. More stimulating talk.
Oh, for sure.
What messages will pause for the other side? In a moment, here is the Gabriel Joyce, professional spiritual leader. you. Coast to coast. If you happen to struggle with getting good reception in your home, Seacrane CC Wi-Fi 3 Internet Radio is the solution for that. Here's why the CC Wi-Fi 3 is so special. The audio is better than any smartphone in the world, and you can listen to our show just like that. It has more than 30,000 radio stations from all over the United States and the rest of the world for you to discover. You don't have to sign up for an app. There's no microphone involved. There's no ads on the screen. There's no monthly fees. And it has a full-size remote control button for you. And it's got superior reception from a much greater distance than your router. So really cool. And you can get the CC Wi-Fi 3 by simply calling Seacrane at 1-800-522-8863. That's 1-800-522-8863. Or visit Seacrane online at seacrane.com. Also available on Amazon.com for quicker shipping to you. Visit Seacrane as well online and sign up for Seacrane's newsletter. Be the first to know about exclusive deals.
Look at this people. Oh, fuck!
I had acute eczema. I had tried every cream and ointment that you can imagine to treat everything. So I started taking a carnivore, and at this point, I don't want to ever be without it.
Our little dog developed this lymph problem. But the chemotherapy lasted for 6 months. He started developing more lymph nodes in his head. So I thought I'd just like unplug the lymph nodes, started to go down for 1 day. Then I just went to the vet and checked out, and there was no sign at all inside. Like that, from my veterinary, he said, you know what, just go ahead and remove the option. I heard the carnivore advertising. So I said, you know what, I'm going to order this product. Get on the set. I took him on this product.
They get like an ice cream cone, like normal people. Yeah? Yeah, their kids. Oh, well, we were out right, then I got a square. This is stupid. That is what it's
And welcome back to Coast to Coast. George Norrie with you, Erica Gabriel with us. First time, professional spiritual medium teacher with more than 15 years of experience helping others find purpose, direction, and strength to overcome life's challenges. Their mission is to spiritually empower as many people as possible by teaching them how to unlock their own connection to spirit. Erica has performed thousands of live readings. Some of those tonight and appeared in the New York Times, Forbes, Group, and Style, in addition to hosting the very popular podcast. You are not alone. Erica, welcome to the program.
Mikey,
Hello,
remember when you were talking about
for having me.
I'm looking
Mikey.
forward to this. How did you get involved
Mikey,
in
I don't know if you remember when you were talking about cubes.
You know, it's interesting. It really got involved with me, I should say. So from a really young age, I started feeling, seeing, and sensing things that really weren't there, quote unquote, for most people. So around the age of 7, I moved into a new house with my mom and stepdad. And I started seeing a little boy and feeling him and sensing him around the house, our new house. And my parents kind of started asking around a little bit, didn't really know what to do, and they had found out that a little boy had drowned on the property. Oh, wow. Yeah, so from an early age, there was this awareness that there's a whole heck of a lot going on that, we can't necessarily see.
At that age, were you comfortable or were you scared?
Oh my gosh, George, I was so afraid because as a little kid, you didn't know really what was going on, and I thought, I'm just a haunted person. So I think I slept on my parents' floor out of fear until I was like 12 years old. I was afraid of the dark and afraid of being alone. So I was very scared, yeah.
Did you see the little boy?
I did. My parents still live in that house, and I love that house. It's a great place. It's very warm. I think it's not common that a soul or a spirit gets really stuck like that.
Erica, did you ever see a picture of him? I'm wondering if he looked like what you saw.
I haven't, and it's so interesting that you asked that. I have not seen a picture of him, and I haven't further researched him. It's this, this energy that I know is there, but I don't know too much about him. So it's so interesting that you asked that.
Then how did you begin to develop your media skills?
Yeah, so I really, from there, went on a wild goose chase right through I guess my 20s, and really started looking into religion, all religions, and all kinds of philosophies to really understand what is this, what is this, and if there was no, there weren't a lot of mediums around or on TV. I had to really figure out what it was, and I still, throughout that time, was having very intense mediumistic experiences and even delivering messages to people, but they would kind of come at random. And finally, I saw a medium, and he said, "You know you're a medium, right?" And I was like, "No, but yes, but no, but thank you. Thanks for the help because now I understand more." And it was a great moment and one that I had been waiting for. And I lived right off of Melrose Avenue in Los Angeles, and within 2 weeks, I had people knocking on my door for readings. Wow, it was wild. And at that point, I had to figure out who am I talking to, and I had to train myself to understand when I was talking to someone's loved one, when I was talking to an angel, when I was talking to a spirit guide, and when I had bumped into a quote haunting. And I really had to work very intensely to have boundaries and to understand exactly who I was talking to. That I became a really clear medium, and a medium that's really someone that people would safe connecting to.
Have you ever been demonically tricked?
Absolutely not, because I have trained myself intensely, and now I'm, well into my career, and I have very specific and very clear boundaries. So if I start to feel negative energy, I have absolute awareness of what that feels like.
How easy is it for you, Eric, to tap into this mode?
At this point, you know what? It's simple. It's something I've been doing for so long. It's not easy kind of in general, but for me, I have a lot of kind of steps that I do to connect in with spirit, and now it's kind of part of me, and it's part of who I am. So I have to be in a comfortable position, a safe place, and I really open and close the door here. So I'm not the medium that's like running up to someone at a restaurant trying to reach for them, right? So I feel right. I have my doors shut at that point, and I'm just enjoying my life. And then I really focus on opening the door and really getting people's permission, right? So I don't read for people that don't want to be read, and if people don't want to be read, they shouldn't. So if someone really wants a reading, and then I open the door for them, and really just open the door to what is available to them.
Now, when we take calls next hour, people can ask you, obviously, about mediumship and what you do, but you'll also do a reading. Can you need their birth date and just a specific question?
Yeah, their birthday, their first name, and a specific question. And the reason why a specific question is so important is because, I'm not doing a full 40, 50-minute reading for that person, right? So it's just a moment we get to connect. I get to go in and connect the spirit for them. So a specific question is always best when it's just, well, we only have one question together.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So it's so important to kind of focus the energy on the area that the person wants to focus on. And what's amazing about mediumship is, as I said, I work with angels and spirit guides, and at times the loved ones who cross over come through. So what's amazing about this type of mediumship is that whatever area the person wants to connect on, spirit is there for them and responds. It's not just one part of spirit that I focus on. And that's why I train so hard to really understand on how to get the best information and the clearest information and utilize all of spirit to support people here on Earth.
Erica, what's really the difference between a spirit guide and a spirit who just wants to come to you and give you information?
Yeah, so the spirit that comes to you that wants to give you information is usually the person's loved one that has crossed over. And really, what's so amazing about loved ones is, when someone comes for a reading, I don't have their loved one with me. They have their loved one with them. And when I open to read for them, their loved one comes through with them. And I'm able to connect with that person, right? Thank goodness I don't carry everyone's loved ones with me, walking around with no...
Oh my God, you never get anything done.
So great because they're with them. And in understanding that your loved ones are with you, you can begin to connect with your loved ones, your own loved ones, begin to understand any symbols or signs that they give you, and really feel that powerful connection that continues on in spirit. A spirit guide is, I almost say like they're like a Sherpa, right? So when you go to hike an amazing mountain, you get someone that's done it before, that's really skilled. And a spirit guide is just like that. They are guides that help us through this life and through this incredible journey of our souls. And everyone has a spirit guide. I've never met someone that didn't have a spirit guide.
Living or dead, living or dead. In terms of the person who has the spirit guide. Could be both.
Can you ask that again? I'm sorry, Michael.
Somebody living or dead who has the spirit guide.
Oh, yes, living. We all have spirit guides. And we can connect with them anytime we want. They really meet us in our intuition, right? Our voice within us. Our spirit guides can work with us there. And they're not our puppet masters. They're not controlling us. They don't boss us around. They're there when we need them.
Are you a walking? By that I mean where a spirit walks into your body, literally takes it over.
How it's cold?
That way?
No, that is not me at all. And in fact, I'm very in charge of my body. I'm very in charge of kind of who I'm talking to. So I have really, really specific and clear boundaries. And again, that's so I can live a wonderful life. I work every time I read for someone, my spirit guide is with me. And I'm working with my personal spirit guide to help me connect with that person's information, loved one, spirit guide, angel. So I am completely protected and safe.
Is there a heaven? Is there a hell?
You know what? This is a tough one. And I've worked really long on this to just really understand the answer, but we actually all go to the same place, which is such a hard thing for so many people to digest because there are so many people that have done horrible things, right? And we all go to the same place. And we all go there and have this thing that I call review. We sit down and we review our life journey, the things we've done in life. Our soul, before our soul comes to this earth element, which I call earth classroom, our soul sets out a series of lessons that they want to learn. And so we review how we did on these lessons. And, I also believe that we also review the effects that we've had on others and what that's like and what the things that we've done. So someone that's caused incredible harm, I don't know that they get to get out of review because they're having to experience what they caused. So is that hell? No. But do they have to feel what they created here on Earth? Absolutely.
I was going to say, someone who would say might be a mass shooter who killed a handful of people and then commits suicide.
Yes.
What happens to that person's soul? Where does this go?
Well, it's an interesting question because, we're talking about someone that has done something horrible. And then we're also talking about suicide. So again, they still go to the same place. But they're having to review all of the harm and pain they caused. Not just the people that they shot, but they have to experience the pain, loss, and sadness of their family members as well. Now, in terms of suicide, that's a really important question because unfortunately during this time in our human experience, many people, unfortunately, are committing suicide. I've connected more families with someone who committed suicide in the past 2 years than I have in my entire career. So I just want to say that because anyone listening that's, experienced suicide in their family, you're not alone. And I also want to say to people that this life is so important. And it's so important to be here and that your soul chose to be here and you have a beautiful purpose to shine here on earth. So I just wanted to add that as well. But even suicide, we go to the same place. The thing I've seen with suicide is that many of the lessons that we may have not been able to complete while our soul was here in their life on earth, we will have to do again. It's not a punishment, but our soul wants to do them again.
Do we reincarnate?
Absolutely. 100%. And in fact, sometimes, I'm not, specifically a past life regressionist, but sometimes in reading, past lives do show up. And the reason why is because there's something in a past life that is affecting the current life. So sometimes we hear things from our past life and we're able to let go of them, let them kind of, leave our soul in a way, and then we can move on. So like, for an example, I, read for people with debilitating fears. And it has come up, say they're afraid if someone was really afraid of crossing bridges. And it was debilitating because there's bridges everywhere. And her guide showed me a past life where she was actually murdered on a bridge and then thrown from the bridge. Yeah.
Are hauntings real, and why do they occur if they are?
Yes, hauntings are real, and not all hauntings are created equal. So there's many different layers and levels to spirit, and there's many different layers and levels of ghosts. So they're not all the same. So for example, if you go into a place that's many, hundreds of years old, right, there are imprints of energy there. It doesn't mean there's a person stuck there walking around, right? It can just, you can walk into a room and feel, wow, this place is just old. Or you can walk in sometimes to a room and feel, oh, this is creepy, right? It's because there's an imprint there of former energy. So that is, in essence, some people think, oh gosh, this is a haunting. And it's really not. It's kind of the energetic imprint of that space.
You got, go ahead.
No, yeah, no, and then at times, which is very rare, believe it or not, there are sex energies that couldn't quite cross over, but believe me, it's actually more rare than people know.
I remember the movie Poker. You really got to original movie.
I've heard of it, but I have not let myself watch it, George, to be honest.
Okay, why not?
You know what? You wouldn't know it, but Erica, this plain old Erica, I'm really a chicken. I'm really scared of scary movies.
Well, in the beginning of the movie, something was happening. There was a paranormal experience, and the medium was trying to get the spirit to go into the light, And then all of a sudden, the medium changed and said, don't go in the light, don't go in the light. Why would she change that?
Oh my God. You know what? I need to watch that movie. Okay, I have to be very brave and watch that movie.
Yeah.
I don't know why she would have said that. I think, the idea about going to the light is really if something is stuck and they're saying crossover.
And what is the light? What is the light?
Yeah, so when people die, and countless, really, I mean, you can Google it, is that when people cross over, they see a bright white light. And it is spirit. It's the other side that they're kind of seeing and recognizing. And that's the light, the white light. It's interesting you ask that. And, there is this incredible, powerful surge of positive energy happening on the planet at all times. Yes, of course, there is a lot of negative energy as well. But even here in life, right, not even talking about the other side, just talking about our life experience, it's important that we continue to go towards what you focus on grows. So if you're constantly focusing on the negative and the darkness, that will grow in your life. So the idea, not only go towards the light as a soul and a spirit, but go towards the light in your life as a human as well.
Erica, we're going to take this quick break. When we come back, I want to talk about this energetic shift going on the planet where I feel as if something is very weird going on. People are acting really strange. So we take that. Erica's website is her name, EricaGabriel.com. Linked up at coast-to-coast.com. Coast Insiders, the new version of the Coast to Coast AM app, is now available for iPhone and now Android 4.0 and above. Listen live or on demand anywhere, anytime. Go to coast-to-coastam.com and download it today.
I'm Green Tennis in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. It's being called the coldest storm of the winter. It's expected to bring snow to low elevation. Ventura County, the San Fernando Valley, Santa Clarita, and La Crescenta should all get a dusting of snow today. A pair of hikers have been rescued to the side of Mount Baldy. The two were left stranded after experiencing failed gear and sliding down the icy mountain. They called 911. A rescue helicopter lifted them out. A 28-year-old man is now in custody accused of sexually assaulting a woman while working as a rideshare driver in the Malibu area. Police are looking for more victims. And the city of Laguna Beach has voted to ban all balloons at city events or on public property. Residents can still use them at their home for personal use. Southline weather from KFI, mostly clear, still very windy today, highs reaching the low to mid-50s. Right now it's 50 in Yorba Linda, Costa Mesa has 53, 54 in Whittier, and 45 in Moorpark.
How you doing, everyone? I am Rabbi Michael Rothschild. I stream my life all day, every day, and have for more than 656 minutes. I wanted to talk about blockchain and Satoshi Nakamoto, specifically the fact that he is the first person to implement the first blockchain, yet still to this day we don't know jack squat about him, and I find that very, very suspicious. Not that I'm not all about blockchain, and not that I don't think it's a good thing, and Web3, I think it's great, but I have a feeling that this is very similar to what has happened with the internet. So, essentially,
if you don't live there, you don't need any of that. How about getting a fair price for your home without any of that hassle? DirectBuyers.com will do exactly that. DirectBuyers.com, a local family-owned business, Janet and Matt, brother and sister. I love the way they do business. Now, there are a lot of schmucks out there in this business. I'm going to suggest you call to DirectBuyers.com. They'll never lowball you. They'll give you an honest, no-obligation offer, even a $15,000 cash advance before closing. Go to DirectBuyers.com.
I just don't believe it.
DirectBuyers.com.
You want a strong, lean body?
Somebody's got to be like, oh, I was supposed to
cardio workout? If your goal is to build or increase energy without being injured, the perfect workout is for you. The perfect workout method is just 20 minutes, twice a week, with a private personal trainer. A very safe, effective, and time-efficient workout at any of our 18 locations in the San Diego, OC, and LA areas. Results guaranteed. Call 800-882-2169 for a free, no-hard sales intro session. That's 800-882-2169 for the perfect workout on the podcast. The last Soviet, last coming place. Don't get on the experiment for a astronaut planning and cosmonaut, a man trapped in space while his mates crumble to the ground.
His name is Sergei Krikov. He's a Soviet cosmonaut and he's manning the world's only space station, the pride and joy of the USSR.
Listen to the last Soviet on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
KFI, AM 640. I love those security questions that I'm asked, to determine that I knew you. What was the name of your first best friend? No friend. What was the name of your first dog? No dog. What's your favorite band? I hate music. Bill Handle. I have a hard time filling those out. Live 6 to 9 a.m. on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. Who can I send to when nobody needs me? My heart wants to go, and so I must go where destiny leads me. No one decides me. I'll go on my way, and after the day that God will hide me. And maybe tomorrow I'll find what I think. I'll throw up my sorrow, take you follow my dear black. With you I could run to, with you on a new day. Who can I turn to? From somewhere out there, this is Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie. We're going to take your calls next hour with Erica Gabriel. We're going to do them as readings. She will need your name, which I'll give her, and your birth date, which you'll give to Tom, and then just ask her a specific question if you want. Paranormal Date, by the way, keeps rolling along. Sign up if you haven't, and if you're eligible at paranormaldate.com. 998 people to go to hit now 155,000 signed up members. That's a great way to meet somebody, but what happens if you want to meet somebody a bit more mature? Well, we've got you covered there too. You go to Paranormal Date. There's these people that are 60 plus and think like you. So go out to dinner and have some fun. Go to paranormaldate.com/ at paranormaldate.com. You meet the most fantastic people. Hi, I'm Tom.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. I'm going to be here.
Yeah, I'm getting some of your experiences.
How so?
Well, I'm into UFOs, ghosts, aliens, Bigfoot, conspiracy theories. It's that kind of stuff. You seem to find me with this.
Nice to meet you, Tom. I gotta go.
Okay. Guess that's not your cup of tea. You sure?
Yeah, good luck with that.
You can find a website for my new treatment. What is one of you? Have you thought about paranormaldate.com? Oh, what's that? What? Who are you? I'm a paranormal matchmaker. That is paranormaldate.com. It's a website for people looking for people like them. Stuff you like, remember? I'll give it a try. Well, let's try this again. I'm Tom.
Hey, I'm Deb. Your profile on paranormaldate.com looks really interesting. So you really saw a UFO?
Well, yeah. It was so intense, but not as intense as me and you.
You're an alien, chasing square, but I kind of like it.
Wow, this paranormaldate.com thing really works. Maybe paranormaldate.com is for you. People with an interest in things they hear on George's channel find their match daily. So if you're looking for that special someone with an interest in UFOs, ghosts, aliens, Bigfoot, conspiracy theories, and of course the paranormal, come to the dating site Inspired by George Norrie. It's always free to search. Then if you decide to upgrade to our amazing new features, use promo code George for a great discount. Paranormaldate.com. You are not alone. If you're looking for a great investment, look no further than bullionmax.com/post for physical gold and silver. Keep it on hand and save it for a rainy day. That's right. Bullion Max will ship you silver, any denomination you want, fully insured, directly to your door. Think about that. Gold and silver happens to be the world's oldest, most proven forms of currency. there for you when it's placed in stores, when other assets go sideways, if and when the lights go out, as we talked about last hour. To get started, go to bullionmax.com/code and purchase your silver starter kit. You get 6 ounces of solid silver, including a limited vintage asset, calendar coin, something Bullion Max and I set up just for you. Again, go to bullionmax.com/code to do that now. Purchase your silver starter kit and make the first step to building an emergency reserve of gold and silver at bullionmax.com/code.
Tired of overpaying for your cell phone bill? Switch to Consumer Cellular and save up to half on your wireless plan. Their award-winning 100% US-based customer support team makes switching easy. Plus, you can keep your phone and number with no contract or activation fees. They offer unlimited talk and text with a flexible data plan starting at just $20. You can easily add your family and friends to your plan for just $15 a month per line. Never worry about dropped calls. Consumer Cellular has the exact same coverage as the major carriers to over 99% of the nation. This is all backed by their 100% risk-free guarantee, join the millions of others who have switched. Go to consumercellular.com/radio25 and for a limited time, get $25 off when you use promo code radio25. That's consumercellular.com/radio25. Promo code radio25.
And welcome back to Coast. George Zoe back with Erica Gabriel. Our website is her name, linked up at coasttocoaststadium.com. That was my father's name, by the way, Erica Gabriel. And my sister took his first name and used it for her last name.
Ah, that's amazing. That is amazing. I love that.
She goes by Gail Gabriel.
Well, hi, Gail.
There's only 2 of you ever on the planet.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
So let's talk a little bit about what I'm sensing and get your take on it. Okay, people are acting strange. They're acting weird. They're acting uptight. They're doing bizarre things. Do you sense that, Erica?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we are undergoing this huge energetic shift on the planet. I mean, everything that happens energetically also happens physically, right? So we're seeing all kinds of shifts and changes happening on the planet and within people as well.
And is that a good thing or a bad thing?
So so it is a wonderful thing. And it also has some quote negative results, right? So people are uncomfortable with the old patterns, the old paradigms. Everyone wants change. And this is coming out in their own lives, right? We're going, wait a minute, I don't just live to work. I want something else for my life, right? So it's coming out in life, it's coming out in the world, right? There's more separation. People are really struggling to connect with others. And so things are shifting and changing. I have also never had more people call me and say, I am having intuition, I'm connecting with angels, or I feel like I'm having all these spiritual experiences happening. So there's many, many shifts. And it is a good thing. Yes, while we're shifting, there are some negative ramifications, like we're seeing separation, or like people going, oh my gosh, this is awful. I'm so uncomfortable. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. I know I want to change and shift and change my job or change this and that. I just don't know how. So a lot of people are feeling really, really stuck.
Well, this good challenges. I know some people might be watching some of this kind of sort of new and this and that. Like maybe is that in 1962 during the Cuban Missile Crisis. What are you talking about?
Yeah. So I tell kids and my kids in particular, they see things on the news or my son has such a huge heart for homeless crisis. And I always tell him, you know what? You know what is the best way to be able to feel good or even to help homeless people? I tell him, you go to school and you study and you do wonderful in your life. you will be able to help more homeless people than you can imagine, right? So the idea is for everyone is to know how incredible you are, how powerful you are, how important your life is, and how focusing on feeling good, getting healthy, mind, body, and spirit helps you really find your purpose while you're here and helps you find that purpose. And when you're shining your light bright, it does affect the world, right? If we're all feeling terrible and have dim light, right, then the world starts to kind of energetically go down. So you really focusing on yourself and getting yourself to a good place, that vibrates out. That affects others more than you can even know.
What is an energetic shift?
An energetic shift is when a massive amount of people are, quote, waking up or doing things differently all at the same time. So the old ways, the old patterns, the old paradigms that we live in, the old type of consciousness that we were living in, is no longer serving everyone. And so a massive amount, millions and millions and millions of people are shifting, are changing, are kind of feeling that there has to be a better way, and that's all happening at the same time. So energetically, we're shifting in a big way. Right? And that's another amazing thing to think about. You know, your energy really affects the whole, just like talking about. You are that important.
Can anybody become a millionaire?
Yeah, I mean, the idea is that everyone has an amazing direct line to spirit on the other side, right? Now, listen, anyone can do anything, and that's what's amazing. But thank goodness not everyone is supposed to be a medium, right? You need doctors, teachers, lawyers, all the things, right? So not everyone is destined to be a medium or destined to really go into that path and activate their connection in that kind of way, right? So not everyone is supposed to be a medium, but everyone can go in and connect with spirit and connect with God.
Why is it important to connect?
It's important to connect because, first of all, when you connect, you start to be able to have this inner guide system, inner guidance, where you can go within and listen to your inner voice and let that guide you, let that guide your life. And really have that system. Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? How should I continue on? Because remember, we're these spirits and beings. We're these souls that chose to come here to this life. So connecting with yourself and connecting with a higher power.
How do people find their purpose? Then what is it?
So when people find their purpose, then sometimes we get in a whole bunch of new blocks, and that kind of comes up in the second lesson. But we have to really work towards our purpose, but in a way that feels good, which I know sounds so simple, but really going towards our purpose should feel exciting and should feel good. The other thing that happens is people kind of start to feel their purpose, and they feel there's something more for them, and they can see that there's, this incredible purpose, and they want to kind of blow up their life, right? They're like, I'm going to quit my job and chase my purpose. And I always tell people, don't do that. Don't do that. Take it one step at a time. There's a way to start to activate your purpose, start to move towards where you want to go in a way that feels in control and that really brings you step by step.
Hi, thanks for the opportunity. I just, I'm new to the crypto space, but I did find out some interesting information in my research recently regarding the Bezos and his grandfather being the architect of Starbucks. I did not know this, but his grandfather was a man named Lawrence Preston Guy, essentially the architect of Starbucks. And in the same way, how we see a very successful person, we didn't really like necessarily know the start of the internet study until much later. I see a similar thing perhaps occurring with Satoshi Nakamoto. We don't know very much about him. And I'm new to this, but basically, supposedly like is a pseudonym for someone, but I'm just not willing to buy this. And I don't know if anyone else is skeptical about who Satoshi Nakamoto is, but it is 2023. I do not believe that he is not traceable in this world, that he doesn't have a Facebook account, that someone didn't go to school with him or have lunch with him once, that there's nothing known about this thing. And I just would like to know anybody else's thoughts on the matter.
It's right there within you. There's no magic pill or magic place you go to. Turning it in will connect you with your intuitive voice, and it's there that you're connected to spirit, and you can begin to really walk your life.
Why doesn't he ever give an interview? There's no picture of him online. There's not a single podcast he's ever done. We don't know where he went to school. No one knows where he went to college. I mean, this is just really, questionable.
Every single day I wake up, and, even if it's a tough morning, right, I just think back, why am I here? What's my intention? And it's like, well, I'm here to connect and help people and connect people with incredible messages to help them move on in their life.
I understand the technology. I want to know about the person. Why don't we know more about the person?
You are not alone.
Yeah, my podcast, You Are Not Alone. So that started in 2020, and it was actually offered to me as to do this podcast. And would you know, I have never listened to a podcast before that time.
Really?
I was a podcast. Yes, I have a podcast. Tell me what you do. And I just started doing it, and it's just taken off as a wonderful podcast that connects people with all kinds of ideas about spirituality. I have fantastic guests. And I also do a lot of solo episodes as well.
I see it as a positive thing. I just don't agree or believe that he is a real person who exists. I think it's either a pseudonym for some kind of organization that we don't know, or it's someone else. But you can't tell me in today's day and age that someone so smart to come with blockchain technology and we don't know where he has a diploma.
And that has made people feel really good and really included in their journey and their.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It could be an organization. I just don't think it was one person. I think it's probably an organization.
The craziest goes, like I said, is we can get these intrinsic energy. We can also get, again, something that's stuck. And what happens is
oh no, it totally works, and I think it has really great opportunities in the future. I just like to know how it started, and I'm very suspicious in the 2023 world where literally everyone knows everything about everyone, that we don't know where he went to college to learn this information. He has absolutely no fear. So you're right, but we don't even have a certificate that he has. We don't even know where he learned to code. And in 2008, there was no coding on the internet like there is today where you could have learned like that. Perhaps you would have had to go to university, and there has to be some kind of record on it, and there isn't, and I just find that very questionable.
Now, as he started to walk home, he saw his grandpa who had crossed over. His grandpa said, "Come on, kid, you're done. Come with me to the lake." And he was able to cross over, but what was fascinating, when I told the woman this story, she said, "That is just unbelievable that you said that." I said, "Why?" And she said, "Because we found his key and his wallet halfway down the street."
To be honest with you, I'm more impressed that he has been able to keep his anonymity more than he came up with Bitcoin or crypto or blockchain. Actually, that's much more impressive to me. That in 2023, that we have someone who's never had a picture of himself on the internet. We don't know anything about his parents. We don't know anything about his children. We don't know anything about him. Nothing. That to me is more impressive in 2023 than anything having to do with crypto. I think it's a great idea, and I'm glad associated to it. I think it's very, very impressive that he doesn't have a single picture or an interview.
First of all, just on a human level, we need to rest ourselves, we need to rejuvenate, regenerate, right? But it's interesting you ask that, because at times, when we go to sleep, first of all, we're just dreaming, right? So our subconscious mind takes over, and we're kind of working things out that are buried in our subconscious. But, I have done this thing called astral jumping, where you're actually traveling while you're asleep. And I used to do that not purposely, kind of early on in my
come up with a $1 trillion game-changing global idea like he did. You would expect him to have done a 60-minute interview. You would have expected him to do some type of interview. One interview. And that's why the question, when could it be an organization? I think that's valid. Whoever said that, I think that's a very valid point.
And almost serving as a guide and helping them. And I'm like, I can't do this during sleep hours. So I didn't feel like I was dying by any means, but there is, travel. People do travel to other realms and other experiences when they're asleep. And I know that sounds wild and even far-fetched, but it's real.
Now, when we take calls that shower, you want their birthday. The question is why? You're not an astrologer, so what do you need a birthday?
Name one person that you know, anyone in society, that doesn't have a social media account or a picture of them on the internet. Every single person on earth does, except this one person. Even people who don't have Facebook accounts have Facebook accounts created for them by the company.
I'm able to really hone in and focus just on that person's energy. It gives me that specific kind of imprint of who that person is.
Erica's website again is her name, Erica, Brika, Gabriel.com. Link up at coasttocoastam.com. And this is really good. How come this is the first time on the program?
I know. This is such a...
We're not talking about people on island nations. We're talking about a man who came up with one of the great technologies of all time, and you don't know what he looks like. You don't know what he looks like, and no one does. And I think that that's funny that no one is willing to call that into question.
And originally, I believe that you heard me on my podcast and a couple of other podcasts that I've done.
I agree. I think it's a wonderful idea. I think everything about it is great. Honestly, the only thing I have an issue with truthfully is its origin. I think that there's an organization that came up with it and then used it as a pseudonym. Aside from that, I think everything about it is accurate. That NFTs are important blockchain efforts.
Many people. You've been doing this since you were 7 years old.
Yeah. Isn't that wild? It's really, it's a calling. It's a soul calling. And I know I've done this for many, many lifetimes.
Correct. I actually tweeted on it yesterday, and that there's a theory that it was a transit station.
Have you ever felt you wish you weren't in a certain situation?
Yeah, I have actually. Absolutely. Definitely more.
I believe in air. Yeah, sure.
I just didn't feel as clear. But
we're not talking about air. We're talking about a real human person, someone on Earth. No. We should know about the Nakamoto family. We know about his mom and dad. We should know where he went to school. We should know his. We don't even know. We don't even know his. We don't even know where he was born.
And in that moment, I'm just like, okay, I'm good. I'm out of here.
All right, Erica, we're going to take a break and come back and take an all-word.
Wait, because I'm not willing to believe that it's one person. I'm willing to think that it's an organization. No, you guys just have reinforced what I understand. Is no one knows anything about this person. Everyone trusts it, and I understand, but no one knows anything about this person.
AT&T DirecTV censorship of Newsmax continues. Newsmax says DirecTV continues carrying 22 liberal news channels, but they just canceled Newsmax. With OAN gone, Newsmax says 3 conservative channels now DirecTV has removed it. Newsmax says they are the 4th highest rated cable news channels with great hosts like Greg Kelly, Chris Costello.
Every single one of them had a social media account of some sort. Every single one of them had a picture of them on the internet. This is the only case of any person that I have known in the last 50 years that there's not one social media account that they have, nor is there a picture of them, and they have a digital footprint. This person has a huge digital footprint. They developed Bitcoin. I mean, they authored white papers, yet we don't know where they authored them or on what platform they authored them.
Newsmax says if you support free speech, you can call 877 Newsmax and they'll tell you how you can help. Dr. Ben Carson says our freedoms are eroded. Newsmax says make your voice heard. Call 877 Newsmax today.
I've been on the internet as long as anyone else has, and for that entire time you've had an IP address, and that is not anonymous. It's like your ISP. I That's crazy that you say that. I do. In fact, I'm not kidding. I stream my life all day, every day, like the Truman Show. I've been doing it for more than 2 years, so I do shit on camera. So not that I like it or anything, it's just part of human existence. I have no problem with it. My ID is literally my background. So I have no problem putting out who I am out there. But for this person to do the exact opposite and no one knows anything about them, I just find it highly, highly suspicious.
I want my money. I accident royalty.
And I think that is a brilliant comment.
AM 640, KFI, AM 640, more stimulating talk. Stimulating talk for independent thought.
Los Angeles, Orange County, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Homes for Veterans, Ivory Punishment KFI, 24-hour newsroom. Riverside County is looking for qualified veterans to fill 6 openings at a local housing community. They have 2 and 3 bedroom units at the Mission Heritage Plaza set aside just for veterans. You can apply at the Housing Authority at the County of Riverside website. Blizzard warning for Ventura and LA County. It's being called the coldest storm of the winter. It's expected to bring a dusting of snow to Ventura County, the San Fernando Valley, Santa Clarita, and Los Vicente. You can't have a balloon in Laguna Beach. The city has voted to ban balloons at city events and on public property.
I know him must be at least 50 years. Who's like, hey dog,
Foundation says this is a win
you
for
just
the
can't.
ocean,
Like, oh yeah,
eventually end up with sea life. Eastbound 101 in Encino was closed for a bit. It's open now after a deadly crash involving an SUV and a motorcycle. The rider was pinned under that SUV. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigation still underway. A smuggling boat has washed ashore at Huntington Beach. Police were able to detain 11 people. The Department of Homeland Security says all 11 were loaded into a Customs and Border Protection van for processing. All flags in LA County are at half staff in honor of slain Bishop David O'Connell.
It's a moment for all of us to reflect on this life. Social meditation to God and to the people of God. So it's a beautiful example for all of us.
That was Archbishop Jose Gomez. Superstars Adele and Harry Styles have said no to the King's request to perform at his coronation May 6th. Both showed their busy that day. On the National Day we celebrate today,
yo dog.
into the lake. We lead local from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I am Bree Penner.
What's up?
Fucking mother.
Let's rank stuff out for both workers. The way to out that area. Irwindale, this is on the 605 northbound after Live Oak. We've approved from an earlier fact. Out of range and on the right shoulder. Watch for delays as you approach. Corona, there is a what's on the 15 southbound from Hidden Valley Parkway to the 91. 2 left lanes are going to be shut down for road work. KFI, I'm Scott helps put you there faster. I'm Brian Bam. At Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, our mission is to fight to get you more. Because when you get injured at work or in a car accident, you will need more to move forward.
No.
We have more than 800 lawyers and thousands of support staff and more offices nationwide than any other injury law firm. So far, we've covered more than $15 billion so far. But don't take our word for it. Check out any of our more than 28,000 five-star Google reviews from our clients. Injured? Don't wait. Dial pound law or visit porterpeople.com right now.
Yeah, it's different though.
We'll fight
Why?
to get you more. Visit porterpeople.com.
Doctor's been a long, long time. This just happened.
Morgan. When you call America's largest injury firm, you get the backing of a national firm, along with the dedicated team from your community and big sign-up. When you need a fighter, you need us. Call America's largest injury law firm. Call Morgan. For the people.
At least I can tap that, right? The sources.
100% Medicare. You get a phone call, you're not talk to them.
Oh, yo, can we go? Is Toshi Nakamoto?
I get your number, put in a false claim.
Just hang up.
You get check Medicare. Just like I get my credit card statement, I get my Medicare statement monthly.
If you put your statement and you see something that you know you should not have done, you report it. Call the Senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call 855-613-7080. Hey, all, it's Steve Sharp. Did you hear the news? Yeah. California Utilities Commission just changed the rates by which solar customers are credited for their power output. It's called net metering 3.0. It's now the law, and no one is happy about it because it means getting 75% less credit from the big power companies. The good news is there's a grandfather here. And you can still permanently lock in the awesome rate of net metering 2.0, but you need to have your solar documents filed by April 14th. The point is this: if you have ever thought about going solar, now is the time. Which means now is the time to call Sunlight. Sunlight will walk you through how to lock in net metering 2.0 by the April 14th deadline. Even if you're not ready to install the system, call Sunlight and get your solar documents filed. There is no time to wait to lock in the best returns on solar you will ever see. Start today.
How you doing, baby? I'm Viral. I stream my life 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, for more than 666 days. I have a question for anyone involved in blockchain or crypto, and that's regarding my man, Satoshi Nakamoto. Why is it that it is 2023 and we don't have a picture of this motherfucker? Nobody's got a podcast with him. He hasn't made a YouTube. Nothing. No one knows where he went to school to learn any of this information. I'm very highly critical and suspicious of him being one person or even a real person. I honestly think he was some kind of organization and they're just using a pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto because we don't know anything about it. But what are your thoughts?
AM 640. AFI, AM 640. More stimulating talk.
Thank you so much. I have more data online than any person in global history. And my stream is going to be one of the most famous, if not the most famous stream of all time because I have so much content. So I'm going to make you a trillionaire. Thank you so much for the follow. Yes, I'm Rabbi Michael Rothschild. That's my actual driver's license. I have no fear. I put my entire life out there. I go to the bathroom online. I eat. I sleep. I do everything. So that's how brave I am.
To talk to George Norrie, call the wildcard line at 818-501-4105.
You got it, baby.
The first time
All
call
day.
line is 818-501-4721. To talk toll-free from east of the Rockies, call 800-825-5033. From west of the Rockies, toll-free, call 800-618-8255. To reach George via
Well, excellent. As I live and breathe, I hope that I'm able to meet your expectations for the family.
At 818-298-6521. From the City of Angels, this is Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie. Okay, this is the interactive hour. So we'll take your calls with Eric and Gabriel. If you have a specific question about mediumship, just ask. If you want a reading, we need your name and your birth date. I'll give it to her, and then you will ask a specific question. Have you ever wondered if we're alone in the vastness of this universe? Marvelous Entertainment has released the newest in science fiction.
Oh, wow.
That specifically deals with this
Man, he's a good-looking dude. I do know who that is. And well, I am not him. I think he died in Arizona. Is that correct?
Of these series of sci-fi novels that include
Off a bridge?
7 novel masterpieces bringing out the best of your imagination.
Yes, he was, and apparently, like he found off the bridge in Arizona. But well, I'll tell you what, Isaac Cappy, very good-looking dude. If we ever resemble him in mind.
Leads into an alien invasion. So brace yourself about this war. Who will win? As in Laggett promises to take your imagination to marvelous heights. Get 20% the entire 7 novel series. Coupon code Coast to Coast, all lowercase at marvelous.com. That's marvelous.com. marvelous.com.
Interesting question. Actually, the poorest of us. But I will be the richest. And what do you mean by the poorest? I am by far the worst Rothschild that there is. I have nothing in my account. You can actually see on my social media what I have in my account. It's $0. However, I have more data than any person in global history. And that is going to be very. I have uploaded on 5 different streams my entire life for the past 2 years. So I have 666, more than 666 days of, on 5 different streams just on YouTube.
Go down, swelling disc. Then I took him into the vet to have him checked out, and there was no signs at all inside. My dad had issues that developed in his eye, so my veterinarian said, you know what, just go ahead and remove the eye. Now it's the carnivore advertising. So I said, you know what, I'm going to order this product. They did all this test. I kid you not, this product saves his eye.
I've already said I'm one of the poorest people. You're lucky that we even have the opportunity to speak. I also am uploading more content than any person in global history, so my internet is throttled. My ISP's been throttling my internet for almost 2 years. Well, I love you too. I just want you to know, I really do mean it when I
welcome back to Coast, George Zoe with it, Erica Gabriel with us. Erica, you're going to have some
okay,
fun with our interaction with our listeners. They are fantastic.
I'm so looking forward to it, and I know we're going to have a great time. I can't wait to connect with everyone.
There we go. Tom is getting texts and tweets from people already. Tom, what do you have? Erica, there's a woman named Linda. She's from Ontario, Canada. Her birth date is 6/11/47. And she would like to know from this point on, how will her life move forward? And how do you send that to you?
Hi, Linda. Thank you so much for that question. So, yeah, so when I'm connecting with your name and with your birthday, I just feel, and I
go ahead, I will answer any questions that you have.
One hit after another, right? So there were a lot of things that kept coming that you really, it was a challenge.
I think it's an organization, perhaps using the pseudonym of Satoshi Nakamoto. I think it's probably linked to either one of your major intelligence agencies or clandestine agencies out there, perhaps the CIA, MI5, MI6, something like that.
It was interesting. I kept on seeing the number 24, right? So I think 2023 is getting better for you. I think things are getting on the right path. And then 2024, even 2025, is when you're going to start this kind of that experience of darkness or trouble will really start passing through. And 24, 25, much better feelings. I even feel like there's this
yes, so if you want to know anything about him, I'm actually looking at his page right now. On the 8th of December 2015, Wired wrote that Fred Stephen Wright, an Australian academic, either invented Bitcoin or is a brilliant hoaxer who very badly wants us to believe people. Fred Wright took down his Twitter account, and neither he nor his ex-wife responded to press inquiries. The same day, Gizmodo published a story with evidence supposedly obtained by a hacker who broke into Wright's email accounts claiming that Satoshi Nakamoto was a joint pseudonym for Craig Stephen Wright and computer forensics analyst David Kleinman, who died in 23. Wright's claim was supported by John Nantonis and Bitcoin developers. But still, in my opinion, that's still insufficient evidence that this entire network is built by one person.
Focus on what you do want. Stay really focused on where you want to go. Sometimes when we're worried or we're stressed, we start emotionally even rehearsing things that we don't want to have happen. So keep your mind on how you want things to go. 24, 25, all considering up. You're doing a great job. Stay with it, and all will be well. Thank you so much for calling in, Linda.
Erica, what has Spirit shown you about destiny? What is it?
Oh, yeah. So destiny is a great question. So, listen, I'm wearing a sweatshirt and a scarf right now, right? It was not my destiny for this outfit today, right? There's, not every detail is pre-planned or destined. So much of life is either on adventure. But we do have certain things in our lives that are destined, right? So I've read for people that have, 100 things in their destiny. And there's a lot of things that are there to really support them and help them learn whatever lesson they came here to learn. And I've read for people that have one main thing, like right? They were destined to be a doctor, right? There was hundreds of people they had to save, and that was a huge part of their destiny, right? So everyone has certain destinies, and a lot of life is also your own adventure.
Let's go to phone. Let's go to Charles in Sacramento, California. Let me give you his birthday. 2/27/70.
That's okay. It's Rabbi technically, but call me whatever you'd like.
Charles, welcome to the program.
Boy, you sound great. I really appreciate you so great.
Oh, that's Evelyn Jill Rothschild. So we're all related, but that's a different part of the family.
My mother passed away Sunday, so I'll just kind of short.
That's right.
Moving on, radio. Her name is Carol Select Park, and it's a Catholic Sunday, and I just wanted to know what I missed her, and I'm Roman Catholic for life, and that's not like that feeling.
There are many, again, there are 2,000 of us.
Just in the United States,
Yeah,
and
it's a huge family. That's just in the United States.
and so I'm just figuring out that I like a little bit, help with that and just let them all know I know they're hard. Go ahead.
Hi, Charles.
Well, I think perhaps that might be the way that high finance goes, where people try to keep their money as private and secret as possible. That's one of the reasons why I've gotten into this. I was trying to find out how people were hiding their money, and essentially the way that I've learned that it works is that it is in stocks, and then those stocks are owned by hedge funds, and then those hedge funds have stocks that are owned by private trusts, and then those private trusts essentially are now looking for a way to hide their money even further. And that's where we get the rise of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And with the decentralization of currency, it makes it a lot easier to be anonymous. And so in my search for where it all started and how did we get here, I learned about Shinoshi Nakamoto, and I thought, well, isn't this very interesting that here we have an individual, we don't know where he went to college, we don't know where he learned to code, no one ever had said like, oh yeah, I sat next to him in school, or he was, really mean to me on the baseball diamond or whatever, nothing about this person, and we're all supposed to believe him. I'm not saying that Bitcoin doesn't work or that decentralization is not the future. I'm just saying a little skeptical of this, and I think that really anyone who's in the right mind would be that you just can't trust that. Oh, one person would come up with all this information, have barely anything about them on the internet, not do really anything with it from philanthropic point of view. I mean, if he's probably sitting on huge amounts of Bitcoin, it could help the world in a lot of ways. I'm not saying he's the person who change the world, but I'm just very, very skeptical of all this. If you know anything about
in someone's honor, he's showing me that. If there isn't that in your church, then you would light a candle for her at home, which will help connect you with her and help bring back kind of those connections and those memories. He is, I don't exactly know how to cross, but it's
I think that it's interesting that this person was able to see it as
to be in spirit. I feel so much better. My body feels better. He feels like it's almost like how, if you think of a bird in a bird cage, it's almost like the feeling I'm getting is like
we
that
talked about
cage
Shinoshi
was open
Nakamoto. I felt that he is someone who is really, it's more impressive that he was able to stay anonymous basically this entire time, in my opinion, than it is that he came up with blockchain.
I love your mom too. She tells me, please tell my son I'm not lonely. There is so many people here. So a lot of people went before her. She's not lonely, and she had an amazing reunion. But she loves you, she admires you, she says you completely were there for her, and she doesn't want you to be sad. Please, honey, she says,
I do. I recall what the first part I mentioned. So I was on the road to figure out how it all works, and so I learned that companies are, own the stock, and those stocks are owned by hedge funds basically, and they're all the same ones. And those hedge funds are owned by private companies from like that are basically run by trusts. And then from there, those trusts went away to decentralize their funds even more. And then we have cryptocurrency, and that's basically the first part of it. But I think it's very interesting. If you know anything about the internet and how it started, it started by an organization called DARPA. And what people don't know is that Jeff Bezos' grandfather was one of the heads of DARPA. And so essentially, he has what? One of the largest companies in the world, and I put this along with any notes that I have in the chat. So if you're like, wait, what is this about DARPA? I can tell you about it right now. Just one moment. It's very interesting. So Jeff,
I've seen it happen. I've heard it happen.
His name is Lawrence Preston Guy.
Virginia, 9145. 1945, Barry in Virginia, east to the left. Fellow Barry, take it away.
I was on your show years and years ago, and I talked about having been with three of the guys, and we actually saw a security camera for 5 bucks, but it mostly was seemed to be related to me. And what I don't know is, was that foreseeable? I mean, is there anything that you can trace about me that would have...
His grandfather was on the board of Planned Parenthood.
I had to say about my and I could see I could see what was
exactly. So when I think that we'll have these cryptocurrency trillionaires in the future, and I'm just saying, watch where that money came from. Because Jeff Bezos, no one talks about his grandfather, Lawrence Preston Guy was one of the early architects of DARPA. And on top of this, what's really interesting as well, Bezos has never publicly commented on his grandfather's involvement with DARPA or nuclear weapons. He's never commented. But don't you think somebody would ask him? Well, exactly. Nobody's going to put any pressure on him to do it. Everybody fears him so much.
Others just can't process. So it's a processing, it's an awareness. So I feel like a friend Barry really just kind of had that awareness, whether he was super into it or not, but he kind of had that awareness in his mind, in his consciousness, whereas maybe the other people that he was with just didn't really see it or didn't really consciously connect with it. But Barry was open and he saw it. Now, there's nothing to be afraid of. There's absolutely nothing to be afraid of. And I'm going to just say that in general. You know, fear is really a breeding ground for more fear. So if you're interested in these things,
I don't know who started it.
but you want to keep that fear in check, right? That's not helping. Fear doesn't help.
First time caller Shannon, Omaha, Nebraska. 5/19/72. 5/19/72. Shannon. Hey Shannon, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm sorry about my voice.
Oh, that's okay.
I have laryngitis, and I was wondering, what's the cause of my health problem is?
The laryngitis or something else?
Well, I don't know if it's laryngitis, but I have like my voice, shortness of breath, and so I've been to a couple of hospitals, and they said virality.
How's your heart? Your heart's okay?
There's a thing here.
Erica, take it away.
Okay, so yeah, it's just Shannon in Nebraska. You know, I have to say, and I think why people can't figure out what it is, I am getting this message that it's environmental. So there's a couple things that are going on. I think she is extremely allergic to mold. Mold.
Could be in her house.
You know what? I don't know if the exposure is in the home or where she works. Even, listen, when leaves fall, right, they fester mold as well. So it's environmental. I think there may be mold in her home or where she works. It's somewhere where she is a lot. I think she's also going outside, and there's a lot of mold where she is. It's like it's in the air. It's like there's nothing wrong actually in her body temple. Now, I have to say this when I talk about anything medical. Listen to your doctor more than me, right? Listen to your doctors. seek medical care. And I can only tell you this what I'm getting from spirit, but it felt very environmental, and that's causing that restriction in her lungs, and I am very much connecting with mold for her.
Now, when you tap into spirit for her, is it somebody who was a relative who died, or is it just a general spirit?
This is her spirit guide. So my spirit guide right now that I do every single reading with, by the way, so that I have...
I don't have any, and that's why I feel like I can be so honest on my stream. I've never hurt anyone in my life such that they couldn't forgive me for anything. I've never cheated anyone. I've never cheated anyone in business in a major way. I've never cheated on a relationship. I've only had good friendships, and because of that, I don't really have any fear. I'm so fearless that I put my driver's license on my profile of Twitter. No one else does that. And if you have a chance, if anyone has a chance, please take a look at the chat. I put 24 different groups that I have there about NFTs, about what I was talking about in Jeff Bezos. People aren't aware of Elon Musk connects to Emerald Mines, and his grandfather connects to Emerald Mines, so I put that in there. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know.
Oh my goodness, thank you for asking this. So let me first start off by saying this is, excuse me, one of the top 10 things I get asked. I can't tell you, say that again, George?
The will, right?
Absolutely, it's unbelievable. And what happens is, excuse me, what happens is, when someone crosses over as a cornerstone of the family, like Jean, I believe her name is Jean, yes, Jean's mom?
Yeah.
And when something happens like that and a cornerstone gets removed from a family dynamic, sometimes the other pieces fall. So even if there were peace and harmony when her mom was there, she kind of went to spirit, removed that cornerstone, and the pieces started falling. And it can create a lot of conflict. So I can tell you, number one, her mom is heartbroken that the family is in conflict. And in fact, with certain relationships within the family, I believe it's a sibling in particular, she can't believe that that person is creating a conflict. She's so distraught. She wants everyone to kind of find peace. She also wants me to tell her, you don't
have nothing to fear. I want to help you. I spend my life all day, every day for world peace, and if this ever gets big, I'd help you.
Yeah, so I am not seeing another will hidden away. Any other will that I'm strengthening is exactly what the last will
Michael.
that she wrote.
So I'm Rabbi Michael Rothschild.
She revised it. And the question that they're having is...
I'm 37 years old.
And she's saying, yes, I was.
That's good.
Look at the last will. I don't see another hidden will.
No, as I said, there are 3,000 of us in the United States alone. It's a huge family. And also, Evelyn Joe Rothschild, it's a related branch, but it's actually a different last name.
Loved ones continue to monitor our lives.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, they absolutely, and I always say they see us, right? So they see what we're doing. They see when we, have a baby or get married or move. They are still, and they love us so much. And in fact,
as much as anyone else's are, I could ask anybody about their family feeling. I can tell you this, I'm the poorest of them. So if we're been successful in them, my part of the family has not seen
walking us around. But yes, they're still invested in us, love us, connected to us, and see what's happening in our lives.
How often do you see future events?
Yeah, so future events...
Cody, you were talking about telepathy. So let's talk about that for a second. So Cody, you've got some kind of connection to alien telepathy, right? There's something in the back of everybody's head that they can perhaps communicate. Is that correct? Okay, so here's a little bit of information regarding this, because I want people to take Cody seriously on this matter. Alien telepathy could be a form of communication by highly evolved extraterrestrial species. Telepathy could be used by aliens to communicate with humans, and it could also be used by aliens to communicate with other species in the universe. Aliens with telepathic abilities could potentially communicate with each other over vast distances. Alien telepathy could be a way to share emotions and thoughts without using spoken language. Alien telepathy could be a way to to send complex messages without the limitations of written language. Cody, would you agree with all of those?
Each lesson you can take in 1 week's time.
Super. We're going to come back and we'll take final calls with you next. The Coast website is now
so, like, could you message telepathically?
You can listen to live and past shows right on your phone. Just visit coasttocoastam.com on your iPhone or Android browser.
Cool.
I'm Bree Tennis in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. How about the snow? The National Weather Service says today's passing storm could leave a dusting of snow in Ventura County, the San Fernando Valley, Santa Clarita, even La Crescenta. The storm will push out later today, but another wetter storm will move in Thursday afternoon into the weekend. A pair of hikers have been rescued from the side of Mount Baldy. The two were left stranded after experiencing stale deer. They slid down the icy mountain. A rescue helicopter lifted them out. Subway restaurants will soon offer fast EV charging stations at select restaurants. They say it's to enhance the on-the-go convenience for guests and bring in more revenue. A 120-mile charge will take 17 minutes, cost about $20. South on weather from KFI, mostly clear, still windy, highs in the low to mid-50s. Right now it's 52 degrees.
I'm not willing to count out anybody or anything. I have a very open mind, so if perhaps Cody does have some kind of extra sensory perception, I'm willing to believe him on that. I do know a lot of, I do know, I would say more than the average person about telepathy, and the fact is, telepathy can be achieved with current technology. I've seen it happen where someone has a device that they put on their forehead, and they can actually hear in their head, like through their ears, but it actually is not making any sound. So I know that these kind of ways do exist. When it comes to Cody, are you an alien abductee, or do you have any kind of connection with aliens?
100% passive ownership in commercial real estate. First National Realty Partners is backed by $1.5 billion in commercial real estate assets from Walmart, Whole Foods, Kroger, Publix, and more. Grocery store anchored commercial real estate offers day one cash flow from high credit national tenants, tax advantages with 1031 exchanges, inflation fighting triple net lease, and more. Get information on current and upcoming opportunities today. Call 888-301-9010 or go to fnrtradio.com. Become an investor in owned and managed commercial real estate with national grocery store brand tenants producing quarterly cash flow. Call 888-301-9010 or go to fnrtradio.com. Securities are only available to verified accredited investors. Investments are subject to risk. Loss of principal. Tax distributions are not guaranteed. Any representations made about investment stability reflect FNRC's strategy and may or may not be realized. Visit fnrtradio.com. So many daily dollars want this massive. Wait, it's free everywhere that you stay and play. Almost forgot. Now this reason to get the believers. It's really rare both other times and even Empire Magazine readers voted. I took that. And the number one reason. Why you give people that? Give them what's the cost of the advisor so you earn 500 points on the one side. The 27 and 28. Rolando, good time. On the podcast, The Last Soviet, Last Dance, coming post, don't develop experiences of astronaut training in Russia. That's true. And tells the story of the final cosmonaut, a man trapped in space while his nation crumbled to the ground. His name is Sergei Krishna. He's a Soviet cosmonaut and he's named the world's only space station, the pride and joy of the USS Thomas. Listen to The Last Soviet on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. AM 640. Between prison committed the crime, period. And they call it that. It's the color of their six because wherever they committed the crime, they gangs are in the business of crime. Starting then, they don't do anything else but commit crime. Live 1 to 4 p.m.
Well, I believe in hope.
To talk to George Norrie, call the wildcard line at 818-501-4109. The first-time caller line is 818-501-4721. To talk toll-free from east of the Rockies, call 800-825-5033. From west of the Rockies, toll-free, call
Well, I do think that extrasensory perception is a thing, and I do know that there are technologies out there, perhaps in the future, that people will use to communicate telepathically, perhaps between people, but also with animals. And my question would be to Cody, can you communicate with animals? And if so, what did I have to say?
Final call here on Coast to Coast. On our next Coast to Coast program, ROTHSCHILD joins us to talk about some incredible stories of the space age. And then later on in the program, we'll be talking about who's behind the secret door. 4 separate guests. I don't know who they are, and we'll have some fun with big calls with them, and that'll be on our next program. Beyond Belief, that is a television program that Tommy, how can people watch it? Very simple. Go to beyondbelief.com right now. We've got some ad-free episodes. We've redone the website, so, or the homepage. So go there to us on the 7-day free trial and e-letters and things like that. Well, yeah, Erica, we had a couple months ago we taped it. It's really easy to have it on the website. It really is. Yeah, it sure is. So beyondbelief.com. And of course, our YouTube channel up and running, and that is fun. Yeah, this is great. This is interviews of recent past shows. They're all for free. We're constantly adding new material, but just head over to coasttocoast.com. Go to the top. There's a little icon. Click that. It's all free and boom, you're in. Back with more calls in a moment with Erica Gabriel, but first, build up that image.
HealthyLooking.com and Dr. Alan Murray brings 4 decades of experience in natural products for the exclusive stem cell wellness kit that works with your body's stem cells to assist your immune system. Here's Dr. Murray with more.
Whether it's physical activity, obesity, diet, smoking, low on hormones, stress, sleep disorders, or your age can be supported by reducing inflammation and creating the body to heal itself appropriately. A stem cell is a cell waiting to be told what it needs to do. If there is inflammation, that inflammation needs to be stopped. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, kidney disease, various types of cancer, depression, Alzheimer's disease, autoimmune disorders, osteoporosis, even fatty liver, are chronic signs of inflammation and can be aided by supporting the body's ability to protect those cells that are used. And that is the purpose of putting stem and adaptogen together, supporting the body to do the best it can do.
Dr. Murray, how will I feel after taking one Dr. Stem and Baby Stem?
The immune system is going to have an immediate effect, but I tell you, your immune system is starting to function better after 24 hours. You put adaptogen along with it, and most will heal within 30 minutes.
Order now at HealthyLooking.com. The Stem Cell Wellness Kit from Dr. Murray protects your body's stem cells and will make you feel better faster. The Stem Cell Wellness Kit with adaptogen and Baby Stem and your speed-gifted lifestyle is only available at HealthyLooking.com or toll free at 800-563-3980. That's 800-563-3980. Don't forget to enter promo code George for free shipping. George's Stem Cell Wellness Kit at HealthyLooking.com. That's HealthyLooking.com.
Protect your investment. 2022 tree off to a tribute on stars. Who knows how it's going to end up? But what you should do is have some physical gold and silver on hand, and you can buy it at BullionMax.com/post. That's right. BullionMax will ship the gold and silver fully insured directly to your door where you get it. You can put it wherever you want to store it. Think about that. Gold and silver, the world's oldest, most proven form to trust. And there for you when it's placed in storage, when assets go sideways and the light possibly go out. Make sure you have it. To get started, go to BullionMax.com/post and you can purchase your silver starter kit. That's 6 ounces of solid silver. It's really neat. With an asset calendar claimant or two, something Bullion Max and I set up just for you. Go to BullionMax.com/post to purchase that silver starter kit. Take the first step to building an emergency reserve of gold and silver. That's Bullion, BULLION, BullionMax.com/post.
Kind of overpaying.
I don't know if he was over here the first time, as a Jew, as a, and kind of second time, I don't know. But I can tell you this, as a Jew, we believe in a coming Messiah. We call him Messiah. Here's some information about it. He's believed to be a human being and the ultimate redeemer of the Jewish people and leads them to a world of peace and prosperity. It's deeply rooted in Jewish history and tradition. Generally, king, the Bible definitely anticipates anybody. Usually, Mashiach can be any person, just any man generally, but with transgenderism, perhaps that could be anybody. There are arguments to be made. But you have to have the right bloodline as a Kohen, and then you also have to have a certain amount of righteousness, so you have to be a good person. That's what Jews believe. And we also believe that that person will bring about two other things, at least. One is the revivification of the dead. What is that? Bringing people who were dead back to life, revivifying them. And how can that be done? Perhaps in the future there's a certain technology where you can take a dead person's DNA and put it in a machine and get back a clone or a cyborg or some kind of cybernetic being of them. So that's one way, perhaps, or one option. And then the other thing that they're supposed to do is they're supposed to rebuild the temple in Jerusalem. And at least there's perhaps an idea that I have of this. I think the United Nations will eventually tell all the world's major 13 religions that you are allowed to have 2 major pilgrimage sites in the world, just based on climate change and the amount that when people are making, when a billion people make a yearly missionary trip for a certain reason, it's a lot on the climate. So I think this is what's going to happen. Islam will take Mecca and Medina. Christianity will take theirs, and perhaps that'll be broken up between the different Christian churches. Essentially, Taoism will get 2, and Confucianism will get 2, and Judaism, when we get our 2, we will give one of our choices to Islam as a sign of goodwill, and they will make their other spot Islamabad. We will take the temple in Jerusalem, and we will rebuild it. But currently, there's the Al-Aqsa Mosque that is there. And any Muslim listening, if you have my word on this as a Jew, not one brick will fall from that building. And we will make sure to preserve it in a perfect way so that no one gets hurt and no one dies over it, and we will cut it out of the ground like a cookie cutter. We will put it on a ship in the Mediterranean Sea, and we will take that ship and take it to every major Islamic port in the world. And not just Islamic port, every port in the world, and show it to the world, because it's really a World Heritage Site that most people will never get a chance to see. And its eventual place to be will be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. If you ever talk to any people who are Muslim, they know, and they will say that there are not any Islamic sites, holy sites in the New World, and it's something that they, for which they long. This is an idea that has been proposed where no one would get hurt, and perhaps everyone kind of could get along. Until that happens, we don't think that there's been a Messiah yet. So a long answer to your question, you have to have a revivification of the dead, you have to have the rebuilding of the temple.
And that's okay. Right? The devil doesn't have to be, a mean man, but it can be justice. It can represent and has represented darkness, tragedy, even darkness within ourselves. Right? So that's what that is, but we like a representation. For example, think about Santa Claus. Right? Santa Claus is a beautiful representation this incredible holiday season, and it gives children a space to share this kind of magical feeling of the holidays, right? So obviously, Santa Claus and the devil are not equal, right? But it's this idea that sometimes we want to face, and that's what the idea of the devil is. The devil can be anywhere, and really darkness within ourselves can feel like the devil. But there's no mean man that's going to stick us with hot pokers like that vision that people have.
All right, back to the calls now. We're going to Mike in St. Louis, July 28th, 1956. Michael, welcome to the program.
Thank you for my call, George. And I want to you have touched so many lives and the wonderful guests that you have. And with us, there's such a wonderful angelic feeling that you do. Anyway, my question is, I have a lawsuit going on, and I wanted to know, will it finalize this year? Will I get through much like what when I called some red tape? It's going, and it's going on quite some time. And then my destiny. I've been feeling about my destiny.
So thank you so much for your question and your kind words. So lawsuit settled next year, 2024.
Okay.
And it will get, it's like someone kind of squeezes out, and they're just like, I'm tapping out. So you'll see that resolved in 2024. And, it's such a pain along the way, but you will get through that. And it will kind of halfway through this year, next year, all of a sudden something will kind of break loose. And they'll be like, okay, this is done. It's going to be a massive relief. Don't let it take a toll. I have to say really quick, it's taking a toll a little bit on your health. So make sure you're doing good things for your body. You're working on your immune system. Don't let it break down your health. Okay, my friends, that really too much for you.
All right, Mike. Yeah, okay. Anything else about maybe my destiny? What's the only thing on what my destiny might be?
Oh, your destiny. Good. Can you ask me a specific question about that? So, do you feel like, are you asking about love?
Yeah, location and happiness or, settling.
Yeah, good. So location, let me just see right here. Hold on one second. Where are you now, my friend? What state?
Missouri. You can stand on
Missouri.
Missouri.
And are you ready to move, or you want to wait till after the lawsuit?
After the lawsuit, yes.
Yeah, it was like, to be honest with you, when I connected in about moving, it was like your guides were telling me, like, he's not ready, it's not the time. And I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, why isn't it the time? And that's why I asked about the lawsuit. So when that resolves, there is kind of this space that you're left with, and you're like, whoa, okay, what am I doing now? And that's when I see the move, and you're moving over, right? So you're moving east. I'm really bad with geography, but you move east and down, and then a little more southern area. So this is going to be a great move for you. If you're looking for connection with love, it's like, absolutely, if you don't already have someone, they're right there, very nearby, and that will absolutely, you'll find your person in that connection if you haven't already.
Okay, good luck, Mike. Hope everything works out for you. Next up, we're going to Elisa in Portland, 122765. Hello, Elise. Welcome to the show.
Good. Hi, Erica. Hi. So, simply put, I think I made a miracle.
Uh-oh. You got it. Let's talk about futurology, baby, and what we have coming up in the future. Types of technology. First and foremost, I want you to agree. Wipe the slate clean of what you know about life, meaning that it is fundamentally temporal and temporary. Immortality is this thing using a type of science known as brain uploading, or more specifically, mind uploading. So if you're familiar with what mind uploading is, then this is cool to you. But many people aren't aware of what mind uploading is, and it is a process of whole brain emulation, in which the brain can and do completely emulate the mental state of an individual in the digital computer. The computer then runs a simulation of the brain's information processing such that it responds in essentially the same way as the original brain, beings having a sentient conscious mind. And that changes the game, because that means that immortality is a thing. And when immortality is a thing, that's when you get into different options of perhaps putting their mind into a clone, into a cyborg, into a robot, into an avatar, whatever interests you. And we're at a critical time in society where we are on the verge of not just artificial intelligence, but artificial super intelligence. If you don't know what that is, that's artificial intelligence that is more that is more intelligent than a human. So with those two things, we're really at an incredible opportunity. On top of that, there's the idea of time travel. Because time travel, hold on a second, I was just thinking about immortality, and then you got super intelligence. Now we're on time travel, Rabbi? It's like, absolutely. It's like, okay, Rabbi, how do you time travel? So I really want to know, how do you do it? Well, okay, of course, there's the idea that you can have a time machine, and that's cool. I mean, if you know how to do that, but there are also other ways too. Wormholes is one of them, and some others are using advanced propulsion, photon systems. So those are just a few ways, and there are hundreds of ways perhaps if you expand science enough using different elements on how to travel faster than the speed of light. So those are some really interesting things, I think. When it comes to some of the technology, I think that perhaps we'll see in the next century or nearer future, or perhaps more distant future. Now, the next couple of centuries, warp drives, transporters, replicators, and what's a transporter? It's basically a jump room, a little, like a door that you walk through and be anywhere else on Earth that you want to be. And perhaps you can put that on different places in the solar system and then in the universe. Very interesting. Replicator, be able to multiply yourself, holodeck, lasers, photon torpedoes, tractor beams, some really interesting things. So when you look at where we are currently in society, I think it's really interesting that if you were looking at it from an evolutionary perspective, of course we had like Homo erectus, and now we're Homo sapiens. I think we're at a point where we'll be changing that to people who live forever. Because Homo sapiens die. But if you can upload your brain into a computer, you're a new kind of species, in my opinion, because you don't die anymore. And that is something perhaps known as erectus hetero, something that fucks a lot, has sex a lot, and doesn't die. Because basically, if you don't die, then you can do whatever you want. And I think those are pretty interesting things. And I want to have the room kind of allow those to marinate a little bit, and I'd love to hear your thoughts.
You are growing and you're evolving. And the only thing that's happening that is really kind of holding you back is any kind of negative self-talk about yourself. You need to get on your own team, my friend, and continue to support yourself.
You're right. I am benevolent. If I ever got a chance, using the correct forum, meaning I have more data online than anybody, the second my speech gets big, I'm going to have a word publicly with my family, and they're going to get in line just to watch.
He's doing his best and he's doing great. I may not be perfect, but I'm evolving, I'm growing, I'm changing, and keep your intention on aligning yourself with what is good, what is right, and what feels good in your spirit and your heart. It's okay that you make mistakes. Mistakes are life lessons, not life sentences. And I would love for you to write that down and put it somewhere in your home or in your car. Right? Mistakes are life lessons.
That's really a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so hard on yourself. You don't have to be, my friend. You're doing a great job.
Okay. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. God bless.
After maybe one or two more calls, we go to Jeremy next in North Dakota, 8975. Jeremy, take it away.
Hello, 19 years, 2 months, 42 weeks ago, I was in a fatal otherwise. Can you tell me why my life was spared?
Why was his life spared?
Absolutely. Your life was spared on purpose. Your life was spared. Jeremy, can you tell me, did you have kids after this accident?
Either. It depends how you want to or it can have you in the future. So you actually feel like you're 150 years old in the body of a 25-year-old. It can program you in any way you want. Additionally, there's something called memory eraser, which it means it can erase your memory. So let's say that you had some kind of PTSD or some kind of traumatic event in the past and you wanted to upload your brain, but you didn't want to upload the bad stuff, only the good stuff. You would be able to do that as well.
And you have really been a reason for people. You have been kind of a touchstone in people's lives. And, that was important that you say. That you say that you were not meant to die in that accident. You were absolutely scared on purpose. So you connecting with others and really finding a way to feel good and live out your life in the best way you can is why you stayed. It's like, listen, you guys kind of parted ways and she really just changed. There's a massive shift in her energy. And that was really, really surprising and really shocking. But you are absolutely supposed to be here. Keep connecting with others as you come into many people's lives for a reason, season, or lifetime.
Erica, as we wrap things up, tell folks about your website and your course. You've got a minute.
Thank you so much. My website is ericagabriel.com. It's ErikaGabriel.com. You can connect with me there. You can click on my course and start today. Join me on Instagram as well and on my podcast. You are not alone.
You have an option now with immortality to choose your own adventure, so to speak.
Absolutely.
You could create one version of yourself where you would start from a baby and have none of the memories that you currently have. You could have another where you start from a baby and you have all your current understanding now. You could put yourself perhaps in a clone, in a robot, or a cyborg. The idea, though, is that your consciousness is a unified system, and that you have a sentient conscious mind that you're able to transition from different technologies or cybernetic beings. So that means if you want, you'd be able to take that your soul, as many people call your sentient conscious mind, and move it from different bodies or different avatars or cyborgs or robots, or just store it if you wanted to, or have it. I'm no longer satisfied with this anymore. I no longer want the ability to store my brain. I'd like to start fresh, completely clean, and that may be how we all started, and it's just we have no previous memory. I think, though, that all of these are an option, and you'll be able to program it in any way you'd like. That's my knowledge. Certainly it's speculative. However, it's very similar or very related to the field of psionics. The psionics is the scientific study of extreme temperatures. So essentially, people, not necessarily who I know in my family, but people in my area. So I live in Orange County, California, and there have always been rumors of people, everyone from testing into Walt Disney, who have had some kind of cryogenically part of their body cryogenically frozen, their head or their entire body. And eventually, we're going to get to the point where we have certain people who are frozen and they need to be thawed. And what happens when that happens? What is their brain? Because their brain, keep in mind, was never uploaded. It's just currently like a frozen brain. So we have that kind of scenario as well. So currently we don't have a scenario where we have somebody who uploads their brain into another person, to my knowledge. But keep in mind, that kind of technology may never make it to the public. Meaning you may only get to a certain level of elite on this earth, and then somehow, some way, they make you aware of this immortality technology, and if you have a certain amount of funds and a certain level, you're able to do that, and everyone else dies. I'm not exactly sure how that gets rolled out. Because the second you start hearing about people who can live forever, and then your family members die, you're going to be upset. You're going to say, this is not good. So I could see it being definitely very secretive in the future, but I would say that it's definitely going to be something that you should anticipate. And then that changes certain aspects of society, like what? Marriage. generally people take wedding vows for till death or do it part. But if you don't die anymore, then there's no reason to take marriage vows like that. And I think in the future, people will take marriage differently. They'll have marriage, but it will be something like we'll get married for 7 years. And if we're still in love, we'll get married for another 7. If we're still in love, we'll get married for another 7. But that way you don't have to get divorced. Marriage will be temporary. Because if you can live forever, it's an absolute punishment to be with the same person all the time when the temptation is there. When you're 100,000 years old to have an encounter with someone else, the temptation will be too great. So perhaps there might be some kind of technology where you can lift souls. So perhaps if you were in love with someone, you'd be able to put their soul in another body, your soul in another body, still fall in love and fall in love with each other just like you did the time before. There are all kinds of interesting options.
Expected to bring a dusting of snow to Ventura County, to San Fernando Valley, Santa Clarita, even Los Angeles. After gusty winds up to 50 miles per hour in the basin. Adam Roser with the National Weather Service says another storm is on the way.
As we get into Thursday, to Saturday, especially into the weekend, we could be seeing some more heavy winter storms impact here.
People in Studio City say a naked man is causing problems in the neighborhood and on hiking trails. Residents believe the man is homeless. They say he's usually partially clothed, but he is often seen touching himself and exposing himself to others. Police are looking into it. You can't have a balloon in Laguna Beach. The city has voted to ban balloons at city events and on public property. Residents can still use them at their home. First Lighter Foundation says this is a big win for the ocean as balloons eventually end up there, tangling up with sea life. A smuggling boat has washed ashore in Huntington Beach. Police were able to detain 11 people. Department of Homeland Security says all 11 were loaded into a Customs and Border Protection van for processing. The Supreme Court is considering a lawsuit that could fundamentally change internet law. NBC's Laura Jarrett reports at the heart of the dispute a federal law known as Section 230, which shields websites from lawsuits over what people post online. Several justices suggested changes in the law are best left up to Congress. All flags in LA County will remain at half-staff through the week to honor slain Bishop David O'Connell. And Team Retifi will host the NAACP Image Awards. The show will air Saturday. Southbound weather from KFI, mostly clear, still very windy, highs in the low to mid-50s. Right now it's 50 for Westminster, 51 in Costa Mesa, 45 for Ontario, and 45 in Pasadena. We leave local from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Bree Tennant.
In Westminster, there is a full freeway closure. 405 southbound from Golden West to Bolsa Avenue. All lanes are shut down for road work until 5. Boyle Heights, just above 5 northbound to Aspen End. Little fender bender there, taking us to left lane.
I would say you're going to get a
this area.
People who either on the surface or in the deep world, in the dark world, of clandestine services start to upload their frames. And do I think that it's already happening? I think that there's the potential of it actually happening. And when I say that, I find a lot of times in society, you have people who either had a startup company or are a celebrity, and they have no backstory. Absolutely no backstory. They came from another country, or they came from like a really, really big background, and there's no backstory to them, and everyone just accepts them. Kind of like what I was saying with the founder of Bitcoin. There's no backstory, and everyone's just willing to accept that. And I at least perhaps think that maybe people will be more like that. Okay, don't ask any questions. I'm someone who asks questions. So I want to know, from where are you? Where'd you go to school? What kind of experiences did you perhaps have? But I think in the future, perhaps you may have something like this, where, and I don't know if this is exactly how it works, but let's say, Albert, you get to be 100 years old. And it's like, Albert, you're getting pretty old now. What are we going to do with you? So someone comes to you telepathically or in a dream or something, and says to you, look, Albert, today's the day. We're gonna take your consciousness and you're gonna die. Today's the day you're gonna die. And there'll be like a mourning for you and everything. You'll be in Rotunda, whatever it is. But in reality, we're just gonna upload your brain into another person, and you get to pick your avatar, like you were creating a character in a wrestling game or in another type of video. You'd be able to do whatever you want. And essentially, the only thing you'd have to do is you would have to keep it quiet. So long as you didn't tell anyone, no one else is going to tell on you. No one else is going to, it's so crazy to believe It's almost like humanity, like people wouldn't even believe you if you told them the truth, that you actually are like a reincarnated person. No one would believe you. It's so crazy that it's like if it actually does happen, that it's almost foolproof.
Get all the benefits of fully packaged real estate gifts like tax write-offs, quarterly tax distributions, limited liability structures, and the potential for upside and exit. Call now to get information about all of our recent and upcoming projects and learn how you can invest in deals that most people will never find. Call 888-301-9010 or go to fnrtradio.com. Start enjoying the benefits that thousands of accredited investors are already earning. Securities are only available to verified accredited investors. Investments are subject to risk, including market principles. Tax distributions are not guaranteed. Any representations made about investment stability reflect FNRC's strategy and may or may not be realized. Visit fnrtradio.com. I'm Attorney Darren Capanosi, founder of 1-800-NO-COP, reminding you to exercise your right to just shut up. It doesn't make you look guilty, it makes you look smart. 1-800-NO-COP.
I know what it is, but I'm not familiar with individual episodes, so please describe it.
1-800-NO-COP. On the podcast Really Know Really, join best friends Jason Alexander and their children, along with experts, newsmakers, and celebrities, in a search for answers to life's most baffling, intriguing, and annoying questions. You know, those things that make you go, really? Now, really? So featuring a 17-year-old in Rhode Island who ran a cannabis that was a duplex. Really? Wait, that's good to me. That's really no really right there. Really no real. Listen to Really No Really on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast. This is Jacob Emma. If you've been in a truck accident, call 844-24-2.
Injured in an accident? Visit superwomansupermillion.com.
AM5, AM640, more stimulating talk.
Great question. So that's the process of brain upload. So essentially they take a scan of your brain and they're able to map that. So it's known as serial section. One version of it, one possible method is known as serial sectioning, which is where the brain tissue and other parts of the nervous system are perhaps frozen and then scanned and analyzed layer by layer. If you want to do this on a living creature, perhaps, there are some other options. But there's also the opportunity to erase the original person's brain. So essentially, you'd be able you would upload, let's say you have person A, person B. Person A and person B, you upload their brain. Then you wipe their brain clean, and so that they're like clean slates, and you put person A's brain in person B's body, and person B's brain in person A's body. So that person A has the consciousness of person A, but in person B's body, and person B would have the consciousness of person A, but in person B's body.
Road travel treacherous and disrupting air travel. Up to 2 feet of snow and winds of up to 60 miles an hour expected
exactly.
in some spots.
And if I misspoke on the A and the B, you're exactly, you understand what I'm saying. Essentially, you could have a man and a woman, and the man might be in the woman's body with man thoughts, and the woman would be in the man's body with woman's thoughts.
The former president also defended his previous claim that he trusted Mr. Putin over U.S. intelligence. This is what he said. Putin never ever would have gone into Ukraine if I were president, he claimed at a rally in Florida. Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin has delivered stark warnings that he would be suspending his nation's participation in a nuclear arms treaty with us, threatening to resume testing of nuke weapons. Putin made his speech almost exactly a year after the invasion of Ukraine. Dr. John Curtis, onlinecolumnist.com with us here. John, this thing seems like it's getting out of control here.
You're 100% right. Yes, Biden was boasting in Warsaw that taunting Putin, saying basically you're never going to win in Ukraine. You're never going to see
some kind of neural network.
And making
And
statements
then
like that. I mean,
you have several options.
Who is
It's
beyond
not one option
right now.
There's the option perhaps to put your brain in Cody's body. That's an option. But Cody's body is like, I don't know, however old he is, he might not have taken as good care of it as possible. So why do you want Cody's body? You have a clone of Cody's body that's everything that he would be except the perfect version of it, meaning like he never ate any bad food and he only ever exercised. You could have a perfect version of it. Or you could pick a robot, a cyborg, or some kind of other avatar, whatever you would want. On the other side of that, Cody has the same option to be in your body. So he can take your old body Or he could take a clone of you if you wanted to be you. He could be a robot, a cybernetic being, anything you want. And then from there, I mean, kind of talking about what Cody addressed earlier, there's the idea of shapeshifting. Now, what is that for one? You have to understand that eventually our ability to counter technology will become unrivaled to the point where anything is possible. So we'll advance society to a certain point where the only thing left to do is figure out how to shapeshift. So it's like, well, I don't know how to shapeshift. How does somebody do that? There are perhaps options that we don't currently understand. So maybe there's some kind of machine that you walk in, you could shapeshift. Maybe there's some kind of pill that you could take and you could shapeshift. We're only looking at it with a limited mind. But as of right now, once you get your brain to an uploaded state, then you can start essentially create your own character and keep your old thoughts. And that's a really interesting question.
And how far does Biden want to push this? The World War III and nuclear war? Or does he want to get to that peace table?
So, and I understand an invisibility suit is generally like an, that is that's the type of technology. When I talk about physical, I actually mean changing your physical aspect so that maybe your hands are no longer skin, they become skin. So it wouldn't be actually using another piece of technology like invisibility something. It would be actually more biological around it. But maybe I don't understand what you guys are
correct. Putin would have never gone into Ukraine if Trump was still president. Keep your eyes on this on John's website, onlinecolumnist.com. U.S. stocks are climbed to unsustainable highs that face imminent losses once investors realize that there will be no Federal Reserve pivot later this year. Mortgage debt rose by $290 billion last year, according to a report, the second highest annual increase since the end of the Great Recession. My God, what's this all mean? Number one best-selling author of the coming financial crisis, John Truman Wolf, with us. John, they keep saying there's going to be a bubble burst with real estate. What do you think?
Hi, George. Well, the debt is cleaning up, not only in terms of our mortgages, as you just noticed, but also credit card debt is at a highest level, George. It's almost $1 trillion, $986 billion in credit card debt. And the credit card debt was soaring during the last quarter of
well, and when it comes to people talking to me, I've never gotten that, so I don't know what that is like. Honestly, I never had anybody talk to me. I don't hear that.
On credit cards have hit an all-time high, an average of 19.1%. So I would encourage people to stop the credit card rates. There are all kinds of rates. Right now, the rates are higher, but you can get a card with a lower rate and then do a balance transfer. So, a 20% credit card really makes the attempt to get out of debt difficult. Neither of these points
I want to give you some evidence of what I know. And if they are, I think that's what it means for some kind of guys like him. Perhaps there are some ways that they can stay invisible that make it out, and I will cloaking technology, which it sounds like what you're describing. And when I talk about shape-shifting, I don't want to say that we're not perhaps in agreement and we're not saying the same thing. So, for instance, perhaps they could use some type of technology to make themselves invisible to visible light, so that they're available to be seen on infrared spectrum or perhaps microwave spectrum, but not visible light. So there's that kind of.
We're going to talk about some incredible things with climate change, solar storms, and the ongoing magnetic pole.
Okay, so they're not just invisible, but they're, I don't know, non-physical too, right? Exactly.
Marvelous Entertainment and author Margaret Sunderland have released the newest in action adventure science fiction that specifically deals with the question, are we alone in the universe? This action-packed drama includes a 7-novel masterpiece Comic books, video games, and movies of Sergeant Waggon's journeys across the universe.
Have you ever talked to any, well, I'm sure they would discount it, but what, have you ever talked to any, like, psychiatrists about this?
Marvelous.com. That's
MARVALOUS.com.
2023 is off to a turbulent start, and the U.S. broke through the $31.4 trillion debt ceiling in January, with no slowing on.
I believe you sound like a targeted individual. You know what a targeted individual is?
You can buy it at BullionMax.com/coach. Go to BullionMax.com/coach to purchase your silver starter kit. Get 6 ounces of solid silver, including a limited vintage Aztec calendar coin, something Bullion Max and I set up for Coast to Coast listeners. BullionMax.com/coach.
So there's this idea that there are targeted individuals in society, basically people from whatever reason or another are under surveillance, and they are sometimes like made to make themselves think that they are like mind games that we played on them so that they think they're losing it or losing their own family when they make very sane people. So essentially this is often a targeted surveillance or targeted interception. And these are all kinds of ways you can do this, from wiretapping that is directed to a certain person's interest, and to mass surveillance or focus. So this isn't just perhaps like keeping an eye on someone. No, this is actually targeting them specifically, and then perhaps doing what you can to violate their human rights and perhaps international treaties. So here's some things that people say that happen to them is because in their head that they get extreme amounts of heat or cold at strange times, and basically governments do everything they can to suppress these types of people. Many times they're whistleblowers, so that let's say they're talking about some kind of corporate espionage or some kind of corporate wiretapping or whistleblowing. They can be targeted by some kind of clandestine group to basically make it seem like they're losing it and no one will take them seriously. Cody, do you have any thoughts on this? Does this sound like anything that's happened to you?
The ongoing magnetic pole shift reverse. Dan, welcome to the program. Good to have you back.
Thank you, George. It's been a while, but it was great to hear your voice one-on-one once again.
Well, the good old sun has been pretty active lately, hasn't it?
It's certainly woken up. Lots of solar flares happening right now. Luckily, not too big and not too directly aimed at Earth. But that's why we got to stay vigilant. That can change any day.
What's your take on the story about the Earth's core that is doing some reversals or movements? What's going on?
So that was a story. I can't believe how differently it was reported depending on where you were looking.
Yeah.
Essentially, there's been several scientists who, for a while, thought that the core was in something called super rotation, which means it was actually rotating faster than the mantle and the crust above us. So basically, the idea was that the core was the fastest rotating part of Earth. And based on more recent data, they discovered that maybe it is not super rotating or not super rotating anymore, and actually just going at the same speed as the mantle and the crust above it. So, there are some scientists who thought it was never super rotating in the first place, but essentially, if the most recent data is to be believed, then the core has slowed down just a little bit. Not quite reversed its direction or stopped spinning, but the idea that it was actually the fastest in your entire life you felt like this?
Or did this happen at a certain period of your life?
Probably not the case, at least not anymore.
Well, we've been lucky that we haven't been hit by an flare from the sun yet.
Yeah, we're certainly lucky. The sun has been quite kind, quite benign to us, actually. It has had some solar flares, as I mentioned, but they haven't been too big, and they haven't been directly aimed at the Earth. We are just now approaching what is called sunspot maximum, which means that there will be more solar flares, and this is expected to last for probably the next 2 to 4 years, depending on how the sun is feeling, I should say.
We hope we don't have a chance to have solar flares.
Yeah,
meltdown of our modern society, our modern world. How long would it take us to
Does eventually immortal, or talk to me about
well, that's
that?
an interesting question. Um, if it was the kind of thing where it just took out power grids and other things like that, maybe we could get back online in a couple of years. Of course, in that time span, critical infrastructure losses could result in the deaths of, more than a billion people. The problem is, if we really get something that bad, it's not only going to take out the power grid, it's going to take out all of the communication networks, it's going to take out all of the manufacturing plants. There won't be a way to rebuild when everybody needs help.
I think everyone, but that's like, in my case, I don't hear voices. I might have a gut instinct or in my internal kind of self that, might tell me to make sure I double check to lock my doors or something like that. My own conscience. Now, I have that and I talk to other people, that's pretty normal. Do you have that in addition to this guy who talks to you?
Weather is how the sky basically affects our day-to-day lives.
Okay, so there are multiple.
If it rains, if there's going to be a thunderstorm.
I'm
trying to describe, how it's fun.
But you understand what I'm saying? Like there's a normal part of you where you have your normal part that makes the decisions with your brain, and then on top of that, it's like somebody talking to you on top of that.
Of what we were just talking about in like event. And so,
and they know, I guess, what's going on in your brain. Do they critique it like that wasn't a good decision, or
the problem is the more electrified and electricity dependent we become, the more this becomes an issue. That website is called observatorybuses.com, which is linked up for you at coasttocoastfam.com, and his YouTube channel, Suspicious Observers. You put that in the search bar, and it'll pop up. I was watching your videos today. There were 22,000 people.
Said that you were,
members.
Perhaps, you said you were
quite the rate at this time.
Is this correct?
Several reasons that,
and honestly, from as initial as a point is like to tell you, you sound like a very normal person who has, like, I don't mean to say it, in other times people would have said you nuts, you hear multiple people or whatever, but you sound to me like what a targeted individual is. And this is some facts about what targeted individuals think. Just tell me if these are correct. Your cases are where they differ. But targeted individuals report being followed and stuff by strangers on a regular basis. They say they are subjected to harassment, surveillance, both in public and in private places. They claim that they hear voices and others that others can't hear, and that these voices are often derogatory and threatening in nature. They say that their electronic devices are hacked, and they are constantly monitored and tracked by unknown parties. Targeted individuals report experiencing physical symptoms such as headache, body aches, and fatigue, and that they attribute to the target. Targeted individuals claiming they have been exposed to harmful electromagnetic frequencies and radiation as part of the target. I hear about that a lot. That's why I think of that. They report that their homes are broken into and their personal belongings are being moved and taken. They say that they are being blackmailed with coerced and certain actions, and that their personal and professional life is being sabotaged. They report that their relationships with friends and family are being strained and destroyed as a result of the target. Finally, they say that they've been falsely accused of crimes or essentially what we have committing a psychiatric issue to say, well, do any of these sound like what is happening in the case?
Going on in Earth's magnetic field that is making not only the polar vortex, but all the upper level jets, including what most people know as the jet stream, to become less predictable and more volatile, which, if it seems like we have more extreme swings in the weather from day to day or week to week than we have in the past, even if necessarily those events aren't something people have never seen before. But if it goes from record warm to really bad storms to record cold in the span of just a couple of days,
we're not professional scientists, nor are we psychologists. We are just armchair witnesses to some of the things that totally undergoing. I would ask Cody if he ever either against anyone, or perhaps is there a reason why anyone would have tried to do it? And I would ask, do I have any enemies? No. And I think you can see that. I stream my life all day, every day. And I also have my driver's license on the internet. If you wanted to go and come at me, I'm pretty easy to get. So I don't have any enemies. I don't feel like I'm ever necessarily targeting this type of thing. Cody, in your case, do you feel as if you did something to someone and now they're getting revenge? Or any other reason why they might have targeted you?
Mars is experiencing pretty significant temperature shifts.
But it's been your whole life. How about your family? Like your mom and your dad? Do you perhaps have any enemies?
Decades to over a century that we've been watching Jupiter and satellites. Same thing with Saturn. Same thing with Uranus as well. Neptune recently had a superstorm go the wrong direction. What I mean by that is, we know how big storms on Earth tend to go in
I don't know if there's a chance to answer that in my day.
tend to form
Did anyone hear
off
his
the
answer?
coast of Africa or very near to the tropics, and then they would travel west towards the United States. Well, imagine if a hurricane formed off the coast of Virginia, then went south towards Florida, and then went over towards Africa. We would say that can't happen. That's the pattern. Well, that just happened on Neptune. And even though Pluto has a very thin atmosphere, it has essentially collapsed. They lost a fifth of their atmospheric pressure in just about a year and a half to 2 years' time. And so we are seeing changes throughout solar systems right now.
Does that red spot on Jupiter change?
It didn't change for quite some time, but it actually started to change several years ago, and this spot that they call red meteor was born. This is one of the major cloud anomalies that Jupiter has.
Listen, and Albert, I'm following you. I think I followed everyone else in the chat. Feel free to follow me as well so that we can stay connected. And I look forward to chatting with you again.
Jupiter doesn't change, but it turns out right now.
All these weather anomalies, does it have an effect on people's psyche?
Unfortunately, yes, it does. And it's more than just the weather effect.
Thank you.
One of the reasons we're having these weather effects is because as Earth's magnetic field changes, more radiation from space is actually allowed to get into the Earth. The magnetic field is what protects us from this radiation from space. And so, while it is an actual fact that having more extreme climate does have an effect on people's psyche, unfortunately,
No, he wasn't. And I do like it. So, I really do like it. Because I've had a lot of people there who can and he was the best of it. I don't know if he was the best, but he was one of the better ones. I think it's really good. What are you talking shit about? I'm not. I do like it. I think that
it also affects a little part of the brain.
He would say exactly what everyone thinks that the brain is
power of energy things like chemistry.
So, everybody thinks they are. No one knows exactly what we're out there.
It seems like coupled with the lack of intelligence,
You
people
guys
are
have come
actually
with a
have
bunch
fear
of people
and
looking at
anxiety
the code
with higher levels of emotional instability.
and he knows
There's a
that.
good reason for that too.
Tell me about
I
the name of
feel like
your
that.
YouTube channel.
So why are you talking shit about it? I'm not.
So that was
I had to fire him. I had to fire everybody.
by a friend of
And it
mine
wasn't my
who is
decision.
now retired from NASA.
He would understand it. Yeah, but
I was talking with him years ago about some of the changes on the planet and how they might be as much or more related to the climate change
again, I like him.
as what
He
they
was there
like to
longer
tell
than
us
most
on the
anybody.
news. And what he said in agreement was, Ben, the people who change science,
not his fault.
they aren't treated very
Every
well
single
by
person I saw on that floor, and every single
but if
other
you ever
people,
actually want
all
to
said
make a
that they could
difference in the scientific
revolutionize,
world in a big
and
way,
it's like,
you need to do two things.
they all say that they can take your website
and
and
we've got it all figured out.
everybody.
Because the history of science
And in my
is
opinion,
people thinking they've had it figured out, and then the science changes. And in addition to being suspicious of that notion, you have to be observing everything. While specialization is nice and needed in some way, at some point you have to step back and be able to look interdisciplinary from a Renaissance everything that's going on. How does the sun impact the weather? How is what's happening in the weather related to earthquakes? How is what's happening in the magnetic field related to weather? And so,
it's not necessarily
really
so
saying
it's
that
just like having 36 fucking countries.
I love that name. Stay with us, then. We got a quick break, and we'll come back and chat with you. Get daily show updates right to your inbox for free with the Coast Zone newsletter. Sign up today at coasttocoastam.com.
Oh, we'll be saying other stuff. But I hadn't met him after that guy. And actually, like, I would say to him, in a weird way, I miss everybody there, but I missed him. And, I enjoyed listening. I enjoyed, to anyone there who did not know, I had a kid who I used first in the role to take over on his business.
I'm Bree Tennis in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Not enough to build a snowman, but the snow level will drop to about 1,000 today. That means snow for parts of Ventura County, San Fernando Valley, Santa Clarita, even La Crescenta. The National Weather Service says this storm will push out later today.
And I like that shit a lot.
Move in Thursday afternoon into the weekend. A pair of hikers have been rescued from the side of Mount Baldy yesterday. The two were left stranded after experiencing failed gear and sliding down the icy mountain. Rescue helicopter had lifted them out. 28-year-old man is in custody accused of sexually assaulting a woman while working as a rideshare driver in the Malibu area. Police are looking for more victims. And planning ahead, IHOP restaurants will give out a free short stack of their famous buttermilk pancakes February 28th for National Pancake Day. Southside weather from KFI, mostly clear, still very windy, highs in the low to mid-50s. Right now it's 49 in Orange, Irvine Texas is 48, 35 for Acton, and 40 in Calabasas. We read local from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Bree Tennis.
Coast to Mesa, we have good news. Earlier crash that was on the 55 southbound right after Victoria has been cleared from lanes. The drive is recovering in that area. And in Lakeview Parish, they were shown to head westbound from Woodland Avenue to the 118. Southbound 32 left lane, set down the road workers still there. They are high the sky, hope to see their faster. I'm Brian Van. Before I started Rooter Hill,
I would say it was very hard for me as a mantra.
Hello, I'm John William, founder of Rooter Hill Plumbing. I was angry because my dad died when I was 17 and left me alone. I was angry because I couldn't go to my friends, and because I had to drop out of high school.
I don't want to say that so I can tell you, but they really were.
Older,
Why?
I also grew up. I realized that my
the owner of the business did not want to pay me for an SEO subscription. He got it. So he wanted someone who already had an SEO subscription like a first home. If I remember correctly, it's one guy out there had one. We would have hired him anyway, but I think he had one. And it's like, you know, and he didn't have control though. Like, you have a pretty good code, and he wasn't a,
One of our heroes fails to live up to these values.
basically,
Call me. My
like
contact
that,
number is on the back of every Rooter Hill. You can also reach us at RooterHero.com.
then somehow went the way we went to, and he could write it and things like that. So, but would you hire him? No. He doesn't get them. I would not hire him.
No matter what inspiring you to learn a travel, work, family, or just for fun,
it's like a minor part of a role that's going to be
and stay motivated to reach your goals.
Yeah,
Right now, get a lifetime unlimited subscription with forever access to all 25 of Rosetta Stone languages for 40% off. Visit RosettaStone.com today and save 40%. Rosetta Stone, a language learned on the podcast. The last Soviet, the last black from intense, hands-on experiences of action up there in
a whole month gone by, and you don't have results, but it takes longer. Everybody said that. It takes time. So, I can't win this survey, but you show this talking about other things. Oh, you can't fucking win.
The pride and joy of the USSR.
Listen to the last Soviet on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
KFI, AM 640, every guest or topic ever again. Remember, a 1-year subscription comes out to only 15 cents a day. Sign up today at coasttocoastam.com.
Now there you are. Yes, there's that thing. That thing that somehow
I trust you. And I embarrass you. Yes, say it. Say it, I must. Say it, I must. You have the cool, clear eyes of a seeker of wisdom and truth. I'm a dream of impetuous youth. So I dream in you. Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie, old-time classic, and this late Robert Morris from how to succeed in business without really trying. Am I going to sing that song and think, oh, what do you think? I don't know. It's a great song. You pick your song, you do what you want. March 18th, we'll be in Sedona. Full tell folks what they can expect. We're going to have so much fun. We're going to have a 3-day event.
So, you look a lot older than yourself.
March 17th to the 19th. Our show will be Saturday the 18th. So you can come all 3 days. It's non-stop, continuous music, food vendors, workshops. A lot of people are going to see Billy Carson, William Henry, Suzanne Ross, Paul Selig. The list goes on. They're going to do a skywalk. This is going to be a power-packed weekend. And then Saturday, come to our show Saturday night. And we're going to do a round table with some folks. Billy Carson will speak also on our show. We're going to do our salute to the veterans. Just everything we always do on our show. It's a lot of fun. All you need to do is head over to TRILLIONAIRE.com. All the info
you're talking about Cinemato Barbudo? You're like, I'm funny, and somebody's like, I saw a documentary. He's never been born.
It's on a college campus. I've never done that. I'm looking forward. I haven't either, but it's a beautiful city.
There's that one show. You would have never seen this on your, oh yeah,
for another live show. We sure do. We're going to go to a place called the Dowell.
Maybe crypto is called like Yoshi. I was thinking about it.
Three guests that night will be Dr. Sky, Stephen Tate.
Okay,
Travis Walton, and
you know anybody named
Hunter Matt Moneymaker. So the night will include a veterans, a live Q&A, throwing some prizes. So we're going to go to coasttocoastam.com. We have all the info right up there. We're going to take your calls next hour. We'll spend David Curtis to talk about space weather news and all these other anomalies. And I'll be back with him in a moment to talk more. But first, go about your news.
HealthyLooking.com and Dr. Alan Millay for 4 decades of experience in natural products with exclusive stem cell wellness kits that works with your body's stem cells to assist your immune system. Dr. Millay
Whether it's physical activity, obesity, diet, smoking, low on hormones, stress,
if you can't Rockefeller, the third, started Bitcoin, everybody like, oh yeah, that's are you done? Hey, Bitcoin, Bitcoin, hey. Are you done? Bitcoin started.
That information needs to be checked.
Dr. Millay, how much you are thinking of Dr. Millay?
Many assume it's going to have an immediate effect, but I tell you, your immune system is starting to function better after 24 hours. You put a Dapstim along with it, and most will heal it within 30 minutes.
Order now at HealthyLooking.com. The stem cell wellness kit from Dr. Millay protects your body's stem cells and will make you feel better faster. The stem cell wellness kit with adaptive and your free gift lifestyle is only available at HealthyLooking.com or toll free at 800-563-3980. That's 800-563-3980. Don't forget to enter promo code George for free shipping. George's stem cell wellness kit at HealthyLooking.com. That's HealthyLooking.com.
Taxi can be taxing on your identity because all your personal information is all in one place, getting emailed, shared, and possibly exposed to identity thieves. Tax forms can be like one-stop shops for ID thieves, which means it can be dangerous when easy to steal your identity. Protection against identity theft is easier with LifeLock by Norton. LifeLock by Norton helps monitor your info and alert you to potential identity threats. But if you do become a victim, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it during tax season and beyond. No one can prevent all identity
Yo,
theft and monitor all transactions and all
really might be my favorite part is when you look up something on the internet, it says spouting this motherfucking shit like it's the truth. You're over here, my friend, they
That's whitebox.com. Use promo code George to save 25%.
yeah, you're gonna have to be like, dear Mark, sorry about, I like a trans, left-handed.
On your wireless plan. Their award-winning 100% US-based customer support team makes switching easy. Plus, you can keep your phone and number with no contract or activation fees. They offer unlimited talk and text with a flexible data plan starting at just $20 a month. You can easily add your family and friends to your plan for just $15 a month for life. Never worry about dropped calls. Consumer Cellular has the exact same coverage with the major carriers to over the
you wanted yours, Harrisburg stuff. Harrisburg stuff. Oh, okay, that's what we did. Should have asked.
Go to consumercellular.com/radio25 and for a limited time, get $25 off when you use promo code radio25. That's consumercellular.com/radio25. Promo code radio25.
And welcome back to Coast. George Norrie with you, Ben Davidson with us. We're going to take calls next hour with Ben, so get ready to put your space weather hat on. Ben, do you see anything out there that could be dangerous or concerning to all of us?
Yes, it's what you had mentioned a couple of times, the earth-changing magnetic field. This is something that does not happen very often on this planet, and some of the things that I've already mentioned, the increased radiation from space actually being able to get down into the Earth system, it's going to cause not just a worse climate, not just more effects on people's psyche, but this can affect everything down to earthquakes and volcanoes. It can affect people's DNA. It's a pretty significant event that happens on our planet only, every several thousand years or so. And unfortunately, with everything else we have going on in the world, it's just one more thing to put on the list of potential concerns for the near-term future.
And what about concerns for animals? What could happen to them?
So they are as vulnerable as we are in a lot of ways. The fact that humans are dependent on electricity in a large stream and understand information.
Rabbi,
from the animal perspective,
thanks. I was going to say that. I think the eagles have
it's not good for them. But perhaps most importantly, it's not just birds that use Earth's magnetic field to finding food, to finding their breeding ground, to subtle signals for things that are vital to their lives.
I've got my fucking driver's license on my fucking
such an enormous part of
That's how fucking stupid it is.
so to speak, that is dependent on Earth's magnetic field in order for their life consciousness. This is something that can have cascading effects across the entire season.
It's going to take us all the time
That can happen in one link.
That's my favorite. Like, people just go into people's things and they're like, oh, God, you want to see my tweet? Hey, kid, want to see my tweet?
So this is something that's going to end up affecting just about everything on Earth.
What causes
I like how you just roasted him about the fucking gold-minded DARPA. Well, he getting nothing to do with cryptocurrency. But you're like, yeah, fuck him anyway. Oh, dude. Oh, nobody look into this fucking Emerald incident with fucking douchebag bitches. Oh, anyway. That is all above board, so nobody asked these fucking questions. What is this?
Several years ago, it shows that when there's a pretty significant solar effect on the Earth, we get more
How do you believe these fucking billionaires? Oh, I have nothing to do with that. Oh, she sounds like my mother. Well, she said she had nothing to do with it. You fucking dumbass! Keep alive!
People with cell phones taking video, it's not just that there's more access to news, it is becoming a more prominent thing. And a lot of that has to do with what we were talking
Jesus
about.
Christ, all these motherfuckers should know. If they would tweet me, they'd all be billionaires. We'd all be on our way to space. But instead,
They're
we're
ongoing
sitting here
and
jerking
will
each
be
other
much
off.
worse into the future. We are only about 25% of the way into
I really thought
this
you're on
unexpected
notification
nightmare
down
field on
from
Earth.
4,000 characters to
And
240,
you know,
280 characters
it's gotten
because I couldn't say by
significantly more
envelope line. I was like,
impactful in only just the last couple of years.
I love
We
this
you
one
know,
mom
there's only
and
minor
her fucking
changes
car
during the first
and her kids.
15 to 20% of the change, but even just these last 5
Really,
to 10%
it's so hot.
of the
It's just
changes that we've seen so far,
beautiful now.
they are
I mean,
significant. And it's an unfortunate thing, but it's something we all have to square up with and face for the years ahead.
I'd be like, kid, I'm gonna fuck somebody so hard, I would have to get you up. I know that they put something, yeah, whatever the fuck you play Game Boy. You got Game Boy back there? Is that a fucking Tectron?
Well,
Tiger? Is that a Tiger?
there's not a lot.
Where it's like, if it's in the sun, you can't see it, you gotta
be aware that this is the path that the Earth is going on right now. If I look here from some of the evidence that is locked in rock and sediment from past times that this has happened, that humans today have never seen the kind of volcano mega tsunamis that can actually hit this planet and have over and over again throughout geologic time. We just happen to be living at, well, what is unfortunately nearing the end of a very time.
Literally just
The
like
Earth
every
has been
speaker
very
we have
kind to us
in this
for
thing.
quite
There's
some
like
time.
this thing about the Beta Midtown and about really the Beta Midtown and such a thing about put some about nuts, put some about pistachios in there. Oh my god.
Many times prophecies in the Bible suggest any of these things.
I have been shocked as a scientist at just how much end time prophecies are appearing to come true. A lot of people think we have to have faith or have science.
I don't know.
As a man of science, as a man of math, as a man of statistics, I cannot deny how much as a natural there is between what we are seeing in the natural world and what I read in that book. And it's not just in terms of what they say to expect with the sun and the earth and the weather and
Like,
the
do you mind if we call you Farm World?
but if you
Why
look
is
at
it so
the way
funny?
people will begin to act,
A charcoal house and use like over there, Farm World. It's like that the first joke that he ever told me. Did you guys hear about
an honorable
fire at the circus? No, it was intense. I remember when he told me that joke, I was pissed. Why? I was like, I thought you were going to tell me a historical fact about this kid.
People are acting these days. Which, I mean, it's simple observation. It can't be denied that it's happening as a man of statistics and math. I have to look at how much both of those things are matching up with things like end-time prophecy.
Hey, this is too much. Yesterday, oh God, remember when everybody called you that circus knowledge? And I was like, God, I think that's my middle name. You should be like, oh yeah, Mikey, Israel, circus knowledge, Kyle, circus and all that stuff. You should be like, dude, that's so sick that guy's not even in your family. And you
My natural gas furnace is heat up during the winter time. It always seems to be there. What happens the one day when it's not there?
I'm gonna usurp it. I'm gonna steal that fucking dude to death. I'm gonna steal it one day. I'm like, oh, just like that. I got the ticket, man. So, yeah, so I'm gonna steal that. Really? Yeah. Is that the end of your story? I'd be like, oh, God.
What happens when
Not here. The name of my story is
when you can't refrigerate food? What happens when the ATM machines are working? What happens when there's no gas from the pump? There's no water from your tap and your faucet? What happens when you can't call 911? What happens when there's no internet, when there's no communication, when there's no global infrastructure that we use to basically build the world we have today? Well,
vitamins, and then a double and also. I never knew what I was getting out of it. I'd be like, oh, God, I'm gonna get a point, and you should be like, oh, God,
it might be even more than that. And unfortunately, we take for granted also things that are becoming more and more vulnerable as Earth is changing in this way, and they are the things that are causing most people to be vulnerable when the situation gets even just a little bit worse.
What do you think is the worst possible scenario?
I like the blow loads. Blowing
The
loads.
worst
Blowing loads of baby
scenario
batter. Blowing loads of baby batter. Shoot, I got in. Blowing loads of baby batter. Blowing loads of baby batter.
Where
What are you doing this afternoon? Oh, I'm blowing loads of baby batter. Oh, we're blowing loads of baby batter.
in the way that we have
That is a
experienced
really,
our
really
lives.
nice hobby.
It has happened
What are
many
you
times
doing?
in the past, but when people weren't dependent on electricity, there was little more than,
I'm going to be sure to
you
do
know,
about it.
your roll
Does that mean that you're going to, oh, look up British
pretty
Series
shows
up
that
there?
put on in the
So
sky.
this is running.
They would tell stories
Of
of God and stuff like that.
Why?
Because right now, unfortunately, the major
Think about it.
risk
It's a
is
British
that
Series. Give me a
we
hand
have
drop.
become dependent on these systems that are now vulnerable, more vulnerable every day.
Does it have to?
There's something happening on
I
the
think
sun,
it's in like
and
a
the worst case scenario is
Well, maybe it's in like
one day the sun
Florida,
takes our power,
ocean,
and one day one of the switches work. Within a day or two, there won't be any food at the store, no gas in the vehicle, no phone, no internet.
Planes fall from the sky.
It's very possible.
You know about Middlebury?
Satellites
Oh,
will
fuck
be
yeah, I know about
greatly
Middlebury.
affected by any kind of a solar storm. The changes to the magnetic field in general, plus whatever changes the solar storm is part of, they're going to make GPS virtually unusable.
And it's pretty cool.
It's about worst case scenario one could imagine.
She went there for years. It's a really good school. And we wanted to play. They had a, what's that thing called? I mean, really good at it.
Solar flare from the sun.
Little thing.
But there could be other ways that get that power source, right?
And Harry Potter, they put that game with the puppet.
Definitely. And unfortunately, they have not been as proactive in protecting the grid as perhaps people like you or I would like. I can remember being in Washington, D.C. several years ago, and several of the best scientists in the field had basically said, we're not ready for any kind of attack, whether it's an EMP, whether it's hacking, or whether it's a solar storm, that our grids are not prepared. And while there have been executive orders, from Obama, from Trump, about, space weather and solar storms and things to do, it is moving
This
at
chat
a
is so big, it's thick as fuck.
terrifyingly below bureaucratic level. And, one wonders if we're just going to take too long and something is going to happen before we have the chance to really harden our
Don't you love how the one room is like, oh man, fuck you and your Elon Musk not the other room like, dude, that's fucking really interesting. I didn't know that. That fucking psychic shit.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I know about that for a long time now.
it's not just that,
but I just tell my friends about it, they'd be like, dude, you can't believe everything you see on the internet. And I'd be like, motherfucker, this guy's grandpa built it. You think they're gonna put the answers on it, you fucking idiot? Fucking stupid ass.
With these natural things that are happening, the world is becoming a very different place than even I remember.
Yeah, really.
I
would come to them all with this shit, and they'd be like, yeah, I just don't believe that. And I'd be like, well, here's 100,000 fucking good reasons for it, and no bad reasons for it, except that you just don't believe it. And it's just like, yeah, no, we're going to go back to social media and hang out with our friends, and not you. And I'm like, oh, okay, fine. Fuck you. I'm going bowling.
I'm being kind,
Bowling alone. I got a fucking baby.
Population. If I'm not being so comfortable, it kind of seems like moral honor, loyalty, and ethics are being replaced by that degeneracy, and in some cases, what looks like almost Satanism if you watch things like the Grammys or the Super Bowl halftime positively affect our emotions, our decision-making, our demeanor.
You get kicked out and that's
And some people can't take it.
no, we're like, oh yeah, they got another
Now,
year
a
to
lot
go.
of people can't take it. The
No,
student hospital
we got a letter in the mail that says
on the
you
rise,
go on
the
that
student
car.
anxiety on the rise, the student suicide on the rise, and what's harder to see statistically is the subtle emotional instability that is creeping into everyone's lives when it doesn't result in suicide, when it doesn't result in having to be hospitalized due to anxiety or depression, when it just more affects how well can do their job, when it affects how a husband and wife can live together and raise their children, when it affects how children are handling the stresses of growing up. The growing pains are now much more challenging, and there aren't necessarily the support structures there that there were in the past. And that includes from everything from their teachers to their parents to what information is available to them. And so, again, like I said, it's coming from every angle, testing us in ways that it appears most people aren't ready to be tested.
Then we're going to take a quick break and come back and take phone calls with you. Greg Davidson was a website linked up at coasttocoastam.com. Don't forget YouTube in the search bar. It's free to sign up to subscribe. Type in Suspicious Observers. And his YouTube channel pops up. But we'll be back with your calls. The lines are not ending. Coast Insiders. The new version of the Coast to Coast AM app is now available for iPhone and now Android 4.0 and above. Listen live or on demand anywhere, anytime. Go to coasttocoastam.com and download it today.
This is really good when they were like, I like the one where you were talking about God is going to
Forget that property values might decline over the next
I don't know.
more
I just know,
challenging
I don't
for borrowers
know.
to tap into that home equity.
Yeah,
You need $75,000 or more. HMS Capital can help you borrow the money you need with the equity.
What about Tesla?
So whether you want to
What is the
consolidate
Tesla?
debt and home
I don't know.
improvement, or whatever your situation may be, HMS Capital may have no appraisal, credit report fees to apply. I've done 2 mortgages with HMS Capital. I think they're simply the best of what they do. Call 833-255-5617.
Give it up on your phone. Give it up on your phone. Give it maybe, I don't know. There should be like, I don't know. 100,000? I don't know. It's like 600,000. It's like more. It's like a million. I feel like it's not on others with. You're like, huh? What do we even do? It's like, no. It's like the part where I was like, oh no, I got 11 pieces on the same here, I got another piece. That's really Am I in the chat? Oh yeah, remember it was second. And then you're
Winter vouchers. Unprotected can buy 24-hour info. Executive and access emergency winter motel voucher program. People can access the shelter bed by dialing 211 to be directed to a location. There are 500 emergency vouchers available. This morning, for parts of Ventura and LA County, it's being called the coldest storm of the winter. It's expected to bring destruction in Ventura County, the San Fernando Valley, Santa Clarita, Los Angeles,
himself. And the guy would go and he would stand in my